one goal against, and your Calgary Flames for the second series in a row are up 3-1. Plays well. All I need is either the offense to take over in one of these final three games, or Dustin Wolf to have himself a game, and we should have it. Now, to Sun. Well, they got their cups already. Only one cup. The first goal of the game for the Calgary Flames. Come on, Liam. Nice job, buddy. And this guy's going to be breaking out soon as well. We saw how long it took with Brady Muir. The shot totals are there, but you got to get the shot into the 90s, and that's another guy. 3 power plays got them. We got the defense, we got the depth, we got the top end talent. Why shouldn't this team go to the freaking conference finals with only 2? Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? I'm getting too emotional. Third period underway. Dusty, have yourself a third. Have yourself a third, Doug. Oh, we got it. Liam Houston, he just have himself a freaking Hattie. He wants to go to the end of this game. Power play for Vegas. They do score. Shea Theodore's down with 81 overall now. Dusty's got it. Dusty's got it. Dusty, bring it home, Dusty. Vezina trophy winning Dustin Wolf. He won the Vezina last season, and he gets the Calgary Flames into the conference finals. Win for your Calgary Flames, and we are off to the conference finals. Battle of Alberta in the conference finals. We had this in year 2, I believe, and we got 1 win. With AP Villas. Then they swept us out in year 4, and then we beat them in the first round in year number 5. Ooh, this should be good. So, Calgary, look at this. The Battle of Alberta up against Edmonton Oilers. Your Calgary Flames have been looking good, and this is the Battle of Alberta before we face this team. Now, hang on, before we get to that, Matthew can shot the first line. They're doing their thing. Brady Muir, 8 goals in 10 games played. Finally, Liam Hugh, 9 points. Nice job by Liam Hugh. Still in here, we're getting offense, man. We're getting the offense that we need. Our captain, Dan Billinger. What a pick up this guy, Paul Billinger was. His passing at 94, his offense pointers at 91. This guy's an absolute, just a stud. +7, awesome. And like Goldie, a 9.48 save percentage for Dustin Wolf. So things are just kind of working out for us right now, but in the conference finals, the rematch of year number 2. So our playoff history against Edmonton, right? We lost in 5 games in year 2 of the conference finals. We got swept out the first round in year 4 with the car getting 0 points, and then we beat them either game 6 or game 7 in year 5 in the first round. So it's 2-1 for Edmonton, but they are a team that have been getting older, right? Is that an advantage for us? I don't know how much of an advantage, because they're still going to be. This is the voodoo that you're going to run into in the playoffs. Now, I got to hope that my first line can actually compete well against them, and then the rest of my team just goes off. Like, the second line better than their second line. The third line better than their third line. The fourth, same thing. But you got Connor McDavid, who's still got exact franchise potential. Yeah, that's really good. And Leon Draisaitl, who has begun to drop off, but they're still looking good. Their point total is still there. God, and Evan Bouchard, the power play is still going to be stunning. Absolutely stunning. Once you get when they go on the power play. The Sunday beat us in year number 4 when we had no points, but like the whole series on the penalty kill. They just go off against us, man. Look at that power play. McDavid and Draisaitl. Luka Jarvis even has an X factor. They got A.T. Kelly back there, Evan Bouchard, and in the net they got Stu Skinner and May. It's cup or bust, it's heartbreak or glory, it's victory or defeat. So we got a whole bunch of advantage against the Oilers, which is good. Over in the East, you got Toronto and Montreal. It's an all-Canadian Final Four. Ratings would go through the roof, but Gary Bettman is pissed off that hockey's not growing in the United States. Whatever, man, this would be an unbelievable conference finals. So, Calgary, it's been fun. Is it time for the nightmare? Oh, come on. Game 1 against the Edmonton Oilers. Let's bring the chat back on the screen. Let's have a good start here, Calgary. Come on, boys. Here we go. Game 1, home ice advantage in Calgary. Dustin Wolf having a good start. Power play for the Edmonton Oilers. Shots, not a lot of shots for either team right here. On the first line canceling each other out for both squads. Look at that. Shots 9-7 in favor of Edmonton. But they had that power play, right? So it's more like 7-7, 7-6. Yeah, it's tight. Second period. Oh, man. Pierre scores on Dustin Wolf. First, oh, here we go. Connor McDavid gets the second goal of the game. Now the power play incoming for the Edmonton Oilers. Halfway through, Adam Nemeth, my forward line center. Let's go. We still got a game. Power play for Edmonton. Don't let them score. Don't let them score. Give them off. Good job. Oh. Their death comes through Lafayette and Kelly. They're out shooting us as well. I'm a little bit nervous now. I mean, we lost first game against Vegas, and then we just won 4 in a row, right? So, do I shake it up, or is it just one game? How can you not score against these guys? They don't have the depth. I can understand them scoring, but we've got to be able to score on third period. Only down by 2. We get an early one before like 8-minute mark, the 10-minute mark. You got yourself a game. Calgary, in front of your fans, another penalty. This is what happens. They don't take penalties on Edmonton, man. No. 5-on-3. This is just like year number 4. Rainier scores one really late. I don't know. It's a 1-goal game. Oh my God. It's a 1-goal game. It's just too late. 37 shots. Stuart Skinner makes 35 saves. Get out of here with that nonsense. Penalties, 3 in the third for me. Second period, 2 with a double minor, so 3, there's 6. First period, my God, this is like year 4 all over again. The Edmonton Oilers don't take penalties. There was 8
good, actually. Perfect.
Now, man, Avery Fast and Trent Friedrich, or Frederick, forget that.
1 for 100. I'll take that, actually.
That's what I like to see. All right, it's a 1-goal game. It's a 1-goal game. The offense wasn't there. There's no way Stuart Skinner can hold on to a 9.37 save percentage. Not his life. No chance whatsoever. All right, so I'm just diving into game number 2. We're just going to answer that. Our offense is going to be there. I first do that. First shot of the game. That's a beautiful sign. Power play. Let's get one. Don't get one. That's all right. That's what I'm and the Bouchard is going to score and get ourselves that lead that I'm looking for. Power play and then Bouchard. Oh. The top end talent for the stipulation. These players are scoring goals. Where is my offense, man? Come on, I don't have to make line changes. We can't be getting whooped by this team. We have such a good squad. Even 93 is 1 point less than 94, and we have the 97. There's no excuse. Second period, the game's not over yet, Calgary. Come on, man. Come on, you don't want to fall down 2-0. Both games that you lost are on home ice. Power play for the Flames. They didn't score for the league's best power play. Cannot score. Fully had more. Another power play for the Flames. League's best power play. And we can't score. All of a sudden, we're running into... Yeah. Are you going to work today? The goal scoring issues against the Edmonton Oilers. Why are the Oilers such a good defensive team? What do they have? It's just the high overall players needs good defense. Fuck, man. Only down by one. It's still a game. Please. Third period. Underland Howard play for the Oilers. Of course. Howard play. That's three. And we do. Ties the game up to the Calgary play. Oh, Cam McCarr. 92nd overall. League's best player. Huge third period. Now hold on, Dusty. Hold on, Dusty. I need it. Fucking 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Dustin Wolf. You got to go. Cam McCarr, you beautiful bastard. Captain Cam McCarr finally has his big moment in the conference finals for the Calgary Flames. He went off. He went off to go ahead and the insurance marker, man. All right, we exploded for offense in the third. We kept them to only 2. They got that early, but I like the sim. The sim was good that game. Still in here. Q, still in the 2 points as well. Nice job. I'll take it. I'm not making any changes. I'm not making any changes. Third game by Dustin Wolf. We got the 4 goals. I think he has to 4 in us as well. I think we get a game, we'll get like 6 or 7. All right, I just said it. Then I now catching myself when I say it. Prepare yourselves. The Jack's going to just be spanned with one thing for the next few minutes. Here we go. Game number 3. A 1-1 series tie. What can the Calgary Flames do now on the road? The power play advantage early for us. Oh, my God. The power play, we were so good on the power play. Jeez, man. The Oilers are scoring early in this series, and there's not much that I can do about it. We got the first power play in the game, don't convert, and there's a bell. Wow, all right. All right, where's that for us? Where's that simulation for us in the first period here against Edmonton? I guess I should have talked around. I got in the third period, game number 2. This is frustrating, man. I probably have to make a line change. The third game in a row now hasn't gone the way I wanted to go. Game's not over yet. We've seen crazy comebacks. 3 goals doesn't seem like it's that much. Or it seems like it's a lot, but in the city it's not. Let's get the 4 and 5. Gotta be something incredible to go against you. There it is. Matthew Bishop. Make it a game. Make it a game. It's a goal. Oh, wow, man. They are scoring. They are making Dustin Wolf look like a basic goaltender. So they got an 84 overall Stuart Skinner, and my 93 overall guy is getting outplayed by him. Awesome. Awesome. Ah, man. This is up. All right. All right. Well, this is what this Edmonton Oilers team can do, right? They can explode for offense as well. Doesn't matter about my goaltender. At least 2 scores, so a little bit too late, buddy. Not going to matter. Need those first period goals. Keep them off the scoring sheet. 5-2 for Edmonton. Oh, big line game. The simulation was going so well for us. And now I've got to question myself, right? -2. This is the first line. The first line's getting beat up by the David and Drysdale. Go away! Go away, man! I gotta Do I make a line change? Do I make a line change, or do I trust these guys? Let me go to the line change screen. Hang on. I'm not taking away now. I'm telling you. For what? Like, what do you Q is now an 89 overall. The guy who pulls Sillinger up. No, that's your best chance. It's your best chance to go up against them. I'm not making any changes right there. I could bring up somebody from the AHL for Nevis, but we're not going to do that right now. Defensively, Powell, McCarthy, Hardy, Linder. Now, this is the team. This is the team. I need this guy to perform, man. Let's see his game logs. Let's see an 861 save percentage loss, 93 win, 903 loss. Like, he plays well, we win. If I get that from Dustin Wolf, we're not winning. It's as simple as that. You've got to be better than Stuart Skinner, buddy. You've got to be better. You're 93 overall. There are no excuses. So, ladies and gentlemen, power play, penalty kill, English Johnny, and the penalty kill units. Oh, man. Games of penalty kill units, huh? Penalty kill. I mean, Avery Pass and Bouget are my +5. They're my guys. Sillinger and O'Reilly now, guys. Guys, this is just what it is. It's McDavid, and it comes down to Dustin Wolf. Like, a chase line changes, but until my back is against the wall, I'm just knocking that one up to a bad simulation. they're going to give me a good sim here. They're going to give me a good sim. I can feel it, all right? A 2-1 series lead for the Edmonton Oilers. And first shot, all right, first shot for both teams. We're starting fresh. We're starting, all right, yeah, let's have it scores, all right. There we go. We got 3 goals on the first 4 shots. I'll take it. I went up goals early in the game, and I just got some right there. After Evan Bouchard opened up with a freaking clap off top of the circle. There we go, power play we cannot score on. It's only a 1-goal lead against the Oilers. That's not going to be enough. I need offense, man. I need offense. Both Silly and Nemec scoring. I need Matthew. I need Hale. I need Brady. I need one of my top guys to just spotting some goals here, man. Second period. Underwood, I do it. Jarvis ties the game up for the Edmonton Oilers. Brady Harris reclaims the advantage. This is going to be one of those wild games. Matthew just scores on a 4-on-3. Brady Harris scores on the power play. Winning power play, 4-on-3 power play. What the hell has been going on here? Between the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers, man. We got a Donnie go up in the Battle of Alberta. Must have been. I got to take a look at the penalties here. Late power play for the Oilers. They don't score. 3-goal lead. There you go. We exploded for offense the way I needed to. Penalty kill. A hooking minor. Ice sticking double minor. Interference. You got an interference call on the power play. Oh my God. I don't even know how to read this right now. Whatever. Third period. The penalties on my team. All right, you got a 3-goal advantage. Oh, the fourth. You start the period on the power play. Oh my God, referee. Oh my God, referee. 4-on-3. Here we go. It's an absolute shit show in EA Sports' NHL. And O'Reilly gives us the 4-goal. Give him another power play. Give him another power play. Let's keep on going, man. The most disciplined team in the NHL, the freaking Edmonton Oilers up against us. They get like 8 power plays a game. The fuck, man. Well, we explode for 7 goals. So not making a line change was absolutely the right call. Penalties, good God. Good God. We took freaking 5 minor penalties there in the a goaltender interference penalty. Simon Rogers, freaking Stuart Skinner. All right, geez, you know what? I kind of like that. I can appreciate that. Nice job. Let's see the away stats. Who's best? Matthew, 4 points. Hale, 4 points. Brady, 3 points. I called for my top players to show up, and they did. All right, so this is a back-and-forth series right now. We played the 2 wins. Give me a Dustin Wolf incredible game shutout of 1 goal against, and then the other game gives me another 6 or 7 goals, so we can get ourselves to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 2004. Calgary, play fans, we're close. We're so close. We've never got Game 7. Never got 3 wins in the conference finals. Only 2. Jimmy Arya scoring Calgary to give the Flames the lead here in game number 5. What a huge goal. Baron Jimmy Arya. You remember back to year number 1, we traded Rasmus Anderson to Minnesota for a couple of firsts. Urov and Jimmy Arya. I parted ways with Urov, but Jimmy is still here. He's playing himself some good minutes. 14 shots to 7. I need some more freaking offense. Please, man. I need some insurance. I need my top players to be the top players at the most key times. Power play. Oh my God, man. Yeah, Chucky. I need a Florida Panther here. I need a Florida Panther for these moments right here. We lost the first round with Chucky's return to Calgary, and now he's in the conference finals against Edmonton. I forgot. We got the secret weapon against the Oilers. It matches the Chuck. Always a prize maker on Leon. Oh my God, I forgot about that. That could actually be very good for us. We got a 2-goal advantage going into the third period. Come on, man. Come on. Hold on, Dustin Wolf. I said I need a game from Dustin Wolf. Oh, 5-on-3. 5-on-4 in Bersheva. My God. 5-on-3 in the third, man. Don't choke this away. We need to take it 3-2 seriously. 5-on-3 for us. It's going to be long. Kill off the freaking penalty. Kill off the freaking period. Please, Dustin Wolf. Dustin Wolf has himself a game, and now we have 2 chances to get to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2004. Oh my God. Dustin Wolf. Nice job, my man. Both stats. Get shoved with a 2.9 touches. Haven't himself in conference finals. Oh my God. Oh my God, Calgary. Oh my God. So no matter what happens now, we are keeping the lines the way they are. I got the offensive game where we won 7-3, and I got the goaltending game where we won 2-1, right? You gotta think the Oilers is this going 7? Is this battle of Alberta, the 2 rivals, 2 for 7? And the East is 3-2. Montreal looking to force Game 7 on the run right. Here we go. Cam McCarr, I'm looking at you, buddy. You're on the road, Cam. You're on the road. Matt Kachuk, you're on the road as well. You guys, you know how to beat the Edmonton Oilers. Just do it for me, please. 5-on-3, you fucking bucks! I'm sorry for swearing. I'm sorry. This is, I think I was coming to the game this way. Always, right? Always. Get to the third period. Trying to hold on 5-on-3 to start the period. It's comical. Brady, the Irish stars on the goal. I think I overtime the game up, man. The shots, of course, the shots are going to be with them. They've been on the freaking penalty one and on booking game. So look what I got to deal with. Winter hooking, then delay a game on the penalty kill delay a game. And then Bilzer comes out of the penalty box and, hey, we hook again. Let me hook him again. Jesus. I can't stand this, man. Second period, we are up, we are tied 1-1. Here we go. Second period, underway. Calgary, Cam McCarr, and Chucky. I got my eyes on you two. You've got to be the reason why we win this game. Our play for Leon, right, Cillian gets a short, and that's going to spark the boys. That's the momentum right there. Power play again for the Calgary Flames. They don't score. Our power play let us down big time right there. Not only did we not score, we gave up a shorty, and now it's a 3-1 lead for the Calgary Flames. I shouldn't have said anything about a bridesmaid, but sorry for swearing. Third period, under the bridesmaid. Oh my God, I'm starting to do the Tiger thing. I should say this now. Yeah, this thing was due for 7. All right, get your goals in. This team in Edmonton, they can explode for offense as well. So many Calgary. Now, Brady Jersey gets one back. Oh, I hate my life right now. I hate it. I hate it. We had a 3-2 series lead. So the good news is that we've officially gone further than any of our other playing years, right? We got to game 5, we got to game 6, the conference final twice, and now we got ourselves to game 7. But if we lose this, it's going to be the worst feeling in the world. I have a horrible feeling about this. I have a horrible feeling about this. I think when we beat them in game year number 5, it was a game 7 as well. We came back from being down 3-2. I think that's how it went. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are through the Stanley Cup final. All right, everybody fought it. Everybody did it here. All right, Brady Mears, you're amazing. But these moments, they're going to pass you by. You're going to look at your age in 5 years and be like, holy shit, my NHL career is passing me by. Just like the Toronto Maple Leafs in real life, you got to get it done now. While you're young. Berkeley Cat, I brought you in. You can get it done for me, buddy. Set up Brady, just pass to the puck. Matthew Kachuk, do whatever the hell it is that you need to do to just get in the minds of the Florida Panthers, all right? You've done it before, you can do it again. Lead 2, just keep on shooting teams in line. I need the spirit of your father. Here for game 7, please. And Captain Cale McCarr. It comes down to this, Cale. You've had yourself such a good year. All right, you've had a good time here, but you're 33. You're running out of time. You can't let the guys older than you still beating you. It's your time now. It's your time, Calgary. And Dustin, whoa, please. Just give me a good game. A game set. You're 93 overall. You're better than a talker, Stuart Skinner. Calgary. Here we go, man. This speech, please. I just want to win. We got over 1,000 people. I think for 1,500, you know, I can't look away right now. Here we go. Game 7. Battle of Alberta. Home ice advantage. Oh, it's underway. Oh, it's underway. I need the first goal of the game. I just need the first goal of the game. I don't want any comeback. I don't want to know. Power play for the Edmonton Oilers. They don't convert on it. Avery Fast, Curtis Bouffin, and Dustin Wolf, my PK are doing their job. No offense for either team here in the first period. Oh, Power, my free agent acquisition with the Riz. Owen Power gets the first goal of the game for the Calgary Flames. Only 1-0. Okay, Owen. Owen's a superstar in his own right. You know, we can build this guy up into a 90 overall. He wants to make it. He's pissed off that he's in the next second period. Underway. I need that next goal as well. I need the insurance. It's the biggest goal of our whole season right here, right now. Matthew Kachuk, Cale McCarr, Brady Mears, penalty kill. Oh, God, no. Power play! Power play! Oh, no. Either a double-liner or a major, and the Calgary Flames can't keep that puck. No! Tony Chef ties the game up in the second. I told you, ball buster, less than a minute to go, man. What was that penalty? Oh, we had the late game right into a Mikey Anderson interference. We had 4 minutes and we failed to convert. The best power play in the NHL. It comes down to this, Calgary. Game 7, Battle of Alberta, All-Canadian final. This is so ginormous. Please, Dustin Wolf has played decent so far. I need offense. Cale Makar and Chucky. Matthews and Chucky. Third period underway, please, God. Power play. I need it. I don't get it. No, that will be killed. No. Some more scores for the Edmonton Oilers, please, God. You fucking idiot. 5 minutes left. 3 minutes left. No. We're jumping in for this final 149. Here we go, Calgary. 2:01 remaining here in the third. We're down by 1. It's game 7. The offense wasn't there. We got good defense. The offense wasn't there. Our boys have got to get up the ice. Short the bench, sure, why not? Curtis Boudin, what can you do for it? Avery Fast. Oh my God! They did it! Curtis Boudin! That team's a give up! I cannot believe it! A backdoor feed! They tied the game up! Unbelievable. Curtis Boudin is my hero so far in this year's playoff run. There goes Avery Fast. Tic-tac. So, are you kidding me? Boudin gets it up the team to give up. Back to Boudin and beats Stu Skinner. We got ourselves a game in Calgary. The series is not over. The playoffs are not over. Year 7 is not over. Oh my God. Here we go. Cheer, Johnny, cheer. Oh, shut up. With what this game has done against him on its jump in, with the hope to be eliminated in game 7. It's the same as overtime. Look at the guy's damn eyelashes, man. All right, here we go. Cavaliers and that good stuff. We're going to have ourselves a finish here in game 7 of the conference final matches. Chuck, what are you going to do? Brainiers might be ready to take that next step. Brainiers behind the net. Brainiers back to the point. Let's have a kick in front. Kick in front by Big Tipper. Matthew gets shoved, but a good save by Stu. Jarvis on the left. Jarvis shot. Dawson Wolf. Nice save, brother. Nice save. Full cylinder. Got to win that defensive zone face-off. Got to win that defensive zone face-off, man. Oh, my God. Here we go. Full cylinder. In his own zone, up against McDavid. The cylinder wasted clean. That's what I got you for. Go, leave you. What can you do? Take it out wide. Take it out wide, Liam. In the middle. Cylinder, quick shot. All right, third line. Batista Gidlove, left circle line. I'm going to go with Cale Makar and Owen Power. Batista Gidlove is my third line. They've been incredible. They've been awesome. There's moved into this playoff run. Cheese wins it clean. Oh my God, the car. Back to Power. Oh, Power. Clap on now. We won one face-off. I'm going to change it up now. Now I'm going to teach. Did your job. Now I'm going to switch out to the better face-off taker. All right, Berkeley Cat up against Connor McDavid. What can you do, buddy? Come on, face-off win again. Face-off win again. Versus straight back. McDavid wins it straight back. So much use out there. McDavid showing up on speed. It was good. Back check. Matthew John, don't turn it over. Don't turn it over. 40 seconds left. Plays it over to Anderson in the middle. Right side. All loose. What a weird play right there. The block is loose. Matthew John. They're bringing it. Find Berkeley Cat. Oh my God. He's windmill to death right there. Damn, Berkeley Cat. Are you all right? He got absolutely destroyed. Kurashev, he had the game-time goal in this one, man. Frustrating. And 17 seconds left. Get up to the ice point. Matthew Tkachuk tries to get around the forecheck. Can't do it. 10 seconds remaining. Get it off the phone. Cale Makar, get it up the ice, Cale. Get it up the ice, Cale. Use those wheels. 4 seconds. Up to Brady Years. Shoot that puck. Shoot that puck. Nothing then. And game 7 of the conference finals is going to overtime. They tie it up late. Can they get to the Stanley Cup?
Right to the speeds.
Game 7 overtime. Here we go, Calgary. Overtime game 7. One shot ends it. One shot sends it. Makar trying to take it upon himself. Don't be Team Canada in 3-on-3 overtime. Makar passes. All right, here's your teammate, Cale Makar, down the right wing. He's looking good. Tries to play right here behind the net. Owen Power gets in there. Matthew Tkachuk throws it at the net, looking for a deflection in front. Matthew Tkachuk will send it up the outside. Makar on it though. Sends it over to Matthew. Matthew can jump across the blue line. Taken off the puck there by Anderson. There you go. There you go, Matthew. Keep on battling. There's McDavid. Don't let McDavid get loose, please. Don't let him get loose. Don't let him get loose with his wheels. He'll fly past everyone. Jarvis down, right side window. Leon right side. A big save by Dustin. Oh, my God. My God, thank goodness. Brady Mears, what are you going to do? Owen Power joins the run. Brady Mears, get in there, buddy. Get in there. Brady Mears wins that puck battle. Quick shot, trying to go short side with it. Brady Mears, nice drive, buddy. McDavid's still out there. Oh, God, here come the wheels. Here come the wheels. Here comes the stick handle. The backhand. Loose puck, Jarvis. Get up, Paul. Get up, Paul. Try to Dustin Wolf with the save. Oh, my God, what a mess. What an absolute mess. McDavid, Jen, stick handling through, getting multiple times, but picking it up on the other side, right? Woo! Quick draw. Cylinder up against the boy. Quick draw. No! Scott lost his front. No! Off the post! Oh, my God! Dustin Rose was off the post, off his back. He puts his cards together and he makes the save. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He survived. He survived. Maybe the movement's going our way. So he's at 52. So boys at 47. There you go, silly. Oh, no. Oh, it's getting harder to get to that. No full pressure. Carl, what are you going to do with the game in the middle? Liam. Oh, nice try, Liam. Trying to get by those two Edmonton Oilers defenders. Got going. In his own zone. Kelly making turns with it. Kelly doesn't know where to go with it. Leads to forecheck. Forecheck City. One-timer. Saved by Stuart Skinner. Oh, R.I.T. R.I.T. Warzog and Commissaric and T. Just fast and food fast. My younger players. He's up against the boy. What can you do, my man? Face-off win. Teach wins it clean. Warzog walks in, man. That freaking walking animation so garbage. By the time they're going to shoot it, they only just run into a player. Deep, I'm in that looking for an inflection right through the legs. Full pressure right now to the Flames. Unfortunate though, they're unable to get that puck back. But maybe the Oilers be a little tired here. So in the middle, Savoy loose puck, fucking dangerous, fucking dangerous. Avery back's got it now. Avery, fast action. Avery on the left side. Pass it back. Pass it back. Do something. Avery, shot short side. What a save, Stuart Skinner. Rebound in front, man. He whacked that thing into the net. But Stuart Skinner made the save. Of course he did. Avery back. Avery back. Avery in the middle. Oh my God, Stuart Skinner. We're getting Skinner. We're getting Stuart and Skinner to your game 7 overtime. We could have had it right there. Could have had it right there. Dustin Wolf goes behind his net, leaves the puck there, comes there. Haven't really seen that from the goaltender. That's it. Orzon sends it up the boot. Offside. Offside. You're going to call that one offside. That one you're going to call offside with control of the puck. He's got control of the puck, man. You can see that one's offside, though. All right, fine. Fine. Hold back. Go back to my first line now. Going back to my first line. Hang on. There it is. Look at the stage that Stuart Skinner was making here. Look at this. Out in front, shot. I told it was a right-handed shot, left-handed. You got a 930 save percentage, man. Oh, okay, here we go. Their third line's out there against my first line. Berkeley Cat. Come on. I need to defense his own face-off, Berkeley. Last year, wings and no way. Frederick, not again. Not again, Frederick. Oh my God, he never takes off. All right, second line. I need Cole Silver with his quick draw. Berkeley Cat, you ain't getting it done. I need Cole Silver up there with a face-off. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, not Frederick. Face-off, please. Give me the face-off. Thank you. Thank you. There. Oh no, weird one. Cylinder comes out with a BMQ. What do you got, buddy? Game 7. Be the hero, Liam. Be the hero in the middle. Cole Cylinder trying to avoid body checks right there. Oh, man, they does not step up in the offensive zone on the Calgary playing. They keep on losing that puck. Back the other way. Villander brings it up. Oh, my God. Villander runs right in the side of the net. That's the last straw, man. Cylinder, 2-on-1 body. Doing it for a slot shot. With the puck on the left. And you're left-handed on the right wing. Oh, my God, man. How many chances? Just going away. Khrushchev folds off the puck right there. Gets it back. In the middle. Evan Bouchard. Quick shot. Nice save. Dustin Wolf. Get up the ice, Perot. Somebody go when the wing's open. Go Cylinder. He's inside. So shot. A freaking floating. Oh, way up at the blocker side. Oh, good Lord. There goes Howard. Taking off the puck there by Owen Power. The UT, what are you passing? What are you guys doing out there, man? Can you guys make a pass? What's going on in the car? Cylinder's still out there. I gotta get my first line. Come on, you. Come on, Liam Hughes. Go with it, buddy. Left the wing, Liam Hughes. All alone. Liam Hughes still battling away. Can't do much with it. In the corner. Goes over right. Back to the point. Power. One time. Or that's going to be blocked in front. My fourth line's out there now. I hope my first line get out there. 48. Oh, Scott. Oh, Skinner with the save. Here's first line. Here's first line. Let's go. Stuart Skinner's going to rob us, man. I know it. I know it. I know it. I have a bad thought about this damn game for Rome. You're starting to see why the Calgary Flames are such an undisciplined team. They just encourage the players. Even a little game for Rome is a maniac on this team. I got firstly Casson up against Connor McDavid. McDavid in there in defensive end. Takes off. Braxton Sandine on this team. I forgot to take a look at history. What's that guy's name? He's going to dump that puck in. McCarr going back up the right side of the with it. McCarr, you're on. Nice breakout pass. Up to Brady. We got numbers. In the middle. All right, take yourself. Brady Nears. Swing shot. Looking for a final shot. Back to the point. Commissary. Shot. Looking for a touchdown. Face off in the neutral zone. Brady Nears. In the middle. Oh, Skinner, would you just piss right off there? Skinner's wrong. You could dunk. It would have been nice. You could have sent the team that drafted him into the Stanley Cup Finals, but Skinner making saves. Skinner saving him left and right. Skinner again. I'm going to be seeing Stuart Skinner in my nightmares if this doesn't go our way. Oh, why? Why does it have to be an 84 overall goalie to my 93? Why? This is why I hate goaltending. All right, there's 4 liners out there. You got to win this face-off, Captain. There it is. Oh, my God. Cylinder. Can he hard you? Stop skating game before check. There it is. Good shot. Quick shot. That's going to be saving again. Berkeley Patton. All right, they're hugging each other in the freaking boards right now. Berkeley, get up. Walks out. Stuart Skinner again. Another save. I'm getting cheese out there. Another freaking save. Walking out from the corner. And Stuart Skinner making another one. I'm getting through, Chiefs. I need to face off with my little line to the match overtime line. Please. He's wind and clean. Power. Picard. Who dance on the backhand. Blue clock in front. We're on the team. Somebody get it. Oh, it's not left to the outside. Reset. We got full pressure. Reset. Picard. You're moving, buddy. Picard. Oh, he's trying to roll to the left wing. That's going to be knocked out of him. Get in on the edges. You know, they're dead tired, man. If we can follow up right now. We can follow up. They're up that full pressure. They're not going to go for a line change as well. There it is. Curtis Lieutenant. Jeez. I get lost. Oh, Jerome Son gets the Calgary Flames back to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2004. Are you kidding me? You can't script this any better. Unfucking believable, my boy Scott. Teach again gets the Calgary Flames to the Stanley Cup Finals in the Battle of Alberta Game 7. It's come full circle. The last time we were there, his dad was the captain in 04. And we're going back again off the stick of his son East. Unfreaking believable. Don't touch that trophy, Cale McCarr. Don't touch that trophy. We're going to the Stanley Cup Finals, Calgary. Oh my God, Calgary, we got it done. We're 2-2 now against the Edmonton Oilers. We beat them now the last 2, and we're through to the not conference finals. We get past the conference finals, into the Stanley Cup Finals, to face off against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The team that won the Stanley Cup 2 years ago. If I'm going to lose to the Leafs, that's horrible. I'm a Leaf fan. And I haven't lost in the Stanley Cup Final with Andy Marciello dating back to like, what, 2019, 2018? Like, when I get here, I win. So we're due for a loss. Oh, no! So let's take a look at the team we're going to go on. Before we take a look at Toronto, let's take a look at your play so far. They are champions with what they've done. Matt, you get shocked. A lot of people disagreed with you. 92, 93, way too good to pass up. Brady Nears, if he can get himself like 7 goals in this series, man, he can set the all-time record. Liam Hughes, nice job, goal cylinders. He can move in to score some big goals. I mean, Avery Bass, that third line, man, that third line defensively, there you go, McCarr. McCarr had himself a pretty good series. He's having himself the playoffs. And Dustin Wolf, 9-3-2 save presented. Oh my God, here we go. All right, so Let's take a look at the Toronto Maple Leafs, what they have on paper. We know that they simulate well because of this guy, 96 overall, exact franchise, Austin Matthews. How many points does this guy have? Oh my God, 13 goals, 19 assists. That is kind of wild. We know how many points he gets for simulation. Look at this, 62, 66. In the playoffs, he goes off in the simulation, 38 and 22. He's got 32 and 18. So he is the best version of himself, right? What all these fans would hope and pray that he is. Alongside of William Nylander, who's a 94. Matt Nice, who's a 90. That first line is going to be problematic. You got Easton Howard. You got Spellfish. You got Trevor Moore on that second line. They picked up Wilson Pomajet as an RFA from the Anaheim Ducks. That's going to help out. That forward core is looking good, man. Defensively, all right, they're weak as hell defensively. Carlo is still there. Morty Riley is an 80 overall, 38-year-old. Oh, my God. And in the net, they got 88 overall Joseph Walls, who looks pretty good. So, an offensive series right here. I mean, probably scratch players. They got Jalen Chatfield, who is not playing right now, so that would help out their blue line slightly. All right, Calgary. So, it's an all-Canadian final. Flames versus Maple Leafs. Red versus blue. The Leafs have already won. We haven't won since 1989. This is a beautiful matchup. We are on the road. The fact that we're here, it's all of a sudden a good season. But the last time the Flames were here, 2004, they were up 3-2 before losing Game 6 and 7 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Is it time? It's the time to avenge 2004. Oh my God, TJ Gimlet got us here. So my voice is gone, but I got to power on through. On the road, out east, Stanley Cup Final, game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Calgary, here we have been go. It's underway. Power plays, right? We know that's going to happen. Look at the shot totals early. We get a story, though, for Liam Pugh. All right, buddy. Wait, yeah, my goal scorers. My goal scorers. They outshot us so much at the beginning part of this game, but Liam Pugh scored short-handed before breaking your 50 insurance marker. They have a power play to start this second period as well. Come on, guys. This has been a good start. Let's just keep it going. Second period, 4-on-3. He's 4-on-3. How often do 4-on-3 happen? I think like 3 or 4 times now. It's playoffs. So might be a regular season thing as well. How often does it happen at the playoffs? Power plays left and right for both teams. It's game number 1. Both teams are trying to win game. 41 shots for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 46 for Dustin Wolf. Huge winning to start the series, stealing a game that perhaps you should have lost, man. Nice job. Look at the goaltender. A 9.76 save percentage for Dustin Wolf. Hell yeah, man. That is what I'm talking about. All right, so into the next one. Let's just, it'd be nice, right? 5 games first round, 5 games second round. Game 7 of the third round. Let's get back to that 4-game sweep. We're just not getting ahead of ourselves, right? They played well. They outshot us. We just get the offense. So you got to think that they can explode. With Austin, with Willie, with Matt Nice, right? They're blue line. No, why can't we score? Why can't we score? They have nothing over there. Game number 2 in Toronto. First period underway. I like this as a final. The color scheme would be nice. The jerseys, the fan base, the road team, like they bring their own fans into the building. It would be all amazing. First period, again, a defensive series all of a sudden. I thought it would go the other way. Power play late in the first. They don't convert. Good news is that the shots are even 15-15. Dustin Wolf might be locked in, which is good. We need to find some offense here, man. Second period, Hale McCarr, Chucky, freaking Brady Muirs, the young guys, Chucky, speaking of Devin, and he's now up here. Matthew Tkachuk gets the opening goal in game number 2. It's a stingy game. It's a stingy game. I think that's the word I was looking for. 9-13, able to generate high-scoring opportunities. It's all just throwing the puck on the net like the Carolina Hurricanes. A 1-goal lead going into the third. We're going to need insurance. Come on, offense. I need you to play for your goaltender. Third period. Underway. There's the power play. There's a 5-on-3. Surely they're going to score on it. By penalty kill with the Dustin Wolf. Avery back. Curtis Boutin. Freaking Dustin Wolf. Oh my God. 7 minutes. 5 minutes. 4 minutes. Do it, Dustin. Do it, Dustin. Do it, Dustin. Shut up about that Wolf. We would have won the game. We would do it 11. We would won the nothing. The defensive ladies of the Calgary Flames are still here, man. Oh my God, Dustin Wolf. You.
Run burgers in here. I'm so excited to see how they do in the NHL. I'm super excited to see what they do down here. Joel and as well.
Beautiful bastard! That's the kind of freaking steals that we need here in the Stanley Cup Finals. You gotta think that we're doomed for a game where we just win outright. Right? Are we gonna lose 4 in a row? Or are we gonna get one outright win? That's all automatically forcing a Game 7. Oh my God! Great job, Kachuk. Great job, Kale McCarr. And all right. All those years ago, we still developed Dustin Wolf with Patrick Waugh as our goaltender coach. He's up to 93 overall now, and he's showing off right at the right time. So we take 2 on the road. We took 2 on the road, and all we've scored is 3 goals in 2 games, and we have 2 wins. What a huge freaking start to this series, Calgary. Could have been tied 1-1. We could have been down 2-0, still hoping for a good game. So here we go in front of our fans. Now it's time to explode for offense. Now it's time to explode for that offense. I believe that all of you can do. Power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs by penalty killers. Avery pass, Curtis Boutin. They kill it off before McDonald. Look at that. That's a blue line. Who was that guy? Scoring for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Opening up the goal. There you go. Wilson fall at the end. All right, well, we stole the first 2 games. Thank God we stole the first 2 games, right? But it's not over yet. Tom Villinger gets us back to within 1. It's not over just yet. Can we explode for offense, or is this going to be the 3rd game in a row where we don't score, right? That's what's scaring me a little bit. Toronto's got to be scared as well. They're not getting offense. They had a good start to that first period. Yeah, here comes their offensive game. Wilson Beaumont-Diaz, the former Anaheim Duck. Power play for Calgary. They do not convert. We're halfway through the game here as a 3-1 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. A ball breaker, one late. A dirty little late goal, Calgary. They cannot score. All right, it's not over just yet. Let's not give up on this game. The shots are even. If we can just get one before the 8-minute mark, give ourselves a chance to come back in this. Here we go. Third period. Dustin, there it is. Power play. Oh, we don't score. Power play for Toronto. They don't convert. We had our chance on the power play. And might be all she wrote. Down the 8-minute mark, we don't get that first goal. Power play. Hail Mary attempt at the end. No, the Calgary Flames. So I'm starting to get worried here. I'm starting to get really worried. We're up 2-1 in the series, but that's another game, 1-4. So we have, 2 in the first game, 1 in the second game, and then 1 here in the third. Now, I can't in my right mind make any line changes right now. We just got to dive into game number 4. If we have another game here where we don't score any goals, we might have to make a line change, because how much can we rely on our goaltender to steal all these games? I need a game where we get 4 goals. I believe in these guys. We have 93 overall, 97 overall, 92 overall, right? So we're just home ice advantage. We're up 2-1 in the series. Trust your boys and trust the offense, all right? Is it Austin Matthews on that first line as the Selke? He's just shutting down my team completely? How we're playing. Oh, and we're not scoring on the power play right now as well. We're out shooting them, which is nice. There's the PP for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They don't convert. Another period goes by. No offense. Austin Matthews is shutting everything down. It's a defensive series. I got it wrong. Even with their shitty blue line, Morgan Riley at 80 overall, man, they're still able to keep the puck out of the net somehow. Calgary, we got to find offense, man. Second period, in front of our fans. We have home ice advantage. Oh, Easton Cowan scores again for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Why is this happening? Why am I not getting offense? Power play. We don't score on the power play. Where's my power play gone? Power play attempt for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They do not score. Where is my offense? How? Oh, my, they're bringing your ball buster. All right, we can steal this one still. We can steal this game still. Come on, man. We got to take a 3-1 seriously. I don't know where the offense is. We're not scoring goals, but Brady Mears gets a big one with 1:05 left here in the second. We're jumping into the third. I need offense. Boys, I need oh my God. William Nylander scores early for Toronto. Power play for Calgary. They do not score. Power play for Toronto. They don't convert. What? Wanted it to be a straightforward series? No. We're going to win the first 2 on the road, and then they come into our freaking barn and win 2. Geez, look at all the power plays that were taken late. Unbelievable. That is the third game in a row. We've only scored 1 goal, man. What is going on? My offense is just completely shriveled up. Penalties, look at this. Like, look, how am I supposed to get any kind of 5v5 time when the game is doing this to me in the third period? It was even until that third, and then bang, no chance for a comeback when that happens. PP is failing us, Johnny. Change the power play. Oh, man, we're all the way here. They're tight games. The 1-goal game. I mean, what offense could I bring up? All right. There's something that I could do here. There's something that I could do. Adam Nemitz? No. We talked about this guy all year. I'm going to give him a shot. I'm going to try it out. Inglis, get your ass up here for some offense. Oh, my God. Get your ass up here, Joe Iginla. Get your ass up here right now, all right? I got to take a chance. I got to go for it. I can't just hold on to this. We're not scoring. I got to change up the lines a little bit. So Battaglia, you're going down, and Lombardi, you're going down, all right? Send those 2 goofballs down there. Out of the AHL lines, we don't even care about that. AHL, thank you very much. I don't even know where you are in the playoffs right now. I don't care. So Nemitz is out of there. For Inglis, there is Inglis getting the chance to play on that 4th line with O'Reilly and with Joe Iginla. Getting his chance to play with the Calgary Flames for the first time. He's never played an NHL game just yet. Oh, I'm going for it. I am going for it. So Inglis and Joe. Let me just make sure that these guys aren't on any penalty kill where it's screw me over. O'Reilly, Sillinger, Mears, and Pugh. And then the power play. I know the power play's not looking good. It's because Austin Matthews is shutting it down. Power play number 2, Pugh. I can't take these guys out. Sillinger's got a passing of 90. He's not better. Or Isaiah Inglis is not better. I just got to try to change up the 5v5 a little bit. So Isaiah Inglis and Joe Iginla. If we lose this game and it's a big loss, I'll go back with Nemitz and Poirier, all right? But We're going to try and hope for the hockey gods to give us something huge here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we win the first 2 games, we steal it, then they come in and beat us, and we haven't scored more than 1 goal in a game for 3 straight appearances. This is not looking good. 1 goal, 2-1 win, 1-0 win, 4-1 loss, 2-1 loss. Thank God I got that win because of Dustin Wolf. So we have, they have home ice advantage back now. We have our new players in there. What do we have? Joe and Isaiah English. What can you guys do for me? Here we go, Calgary, in Toronto for game number 5. And changing up the lineup a little bit. Power play, a long one, of course. Spend the first 6 minutes on the penalty kill. God damn it, referees. Thanks a lot. 10 minutes to go here in the first period. Power play. We don't score the power play. Austin Matthews is killing that thing off. I don't even know. One player enough to freaking be defensive. How am I not scoring against this team with its crap blue line, man? Unreal. Second period. They are out shooting us 15-7. With all the power plays that they're getting, Wilson Bowman. Why did you have to give that Wilson Bowman jet? He was your guy. How did you not hold on to him? Well, there go the shots. There go the goals. Again, we cannot score. We take the first 2 games of the Stanley Cup Final for you guys to play like this now? For you guys to play like this. Unbelievable, man. Second period, they get 3. Guyan is in there. Oh, no. Did Dustin Wolf just get injured? Guyan is back in there. Did he get pulled? Did he get yoinked? 2 goals on freaking, oh, jeez. Third period, it goes from bad to worse. We have a crazy third period comeback here. Power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs goes nowhere. Oh, man, it was going so well. I jinxed myself. I said after game 2, surely we're going to have 1 game, and that forces a game 7. And what do you know? I got 3 back-to-back-to-back shit games. Are you kidding me? Shut up. How is this Toronto Maple Leaf team all of a sudden stopping us from scoring goals? Like, oh my God, man! Look at this fucking team. Are you kidding me? This Toronto Maple Leaf squad is enough to just completely shut us down, right? So is it all the first line? What's that second line? Nothing. Third line? Nothing. Fourth line? Nothing. Blue line? Like, what is that blue line? How are they possibly keeping the puck out of the net? Morgan Riley has got himself 17 points in 23 games played as an 80 overall. What are you on about, game? Oh my God! So I gotta do some line changes here. I gotta shake up the first and second line. It's just not working. So, I mean, what did English do? -1. Joe McGinley, -1. I'm leaving you guys in there. Whatever. Teach, you're moving up the lineup, all right? I gotta get the first line shaken up a little bit. Canton, Kachuk, yours. No, the first line's good at +5. I'm gonna leave that first line the way it is. Teach, you're gonna move up with Avery Fast, Cole Sillinger. You know what? I'm gonna do Cole Sillinger, Teach on the right, and then Avery Fast down the middle with Dave Perreault on the right side. There you go. All right, so I'm moving Tisha Gidla up. What about our defensive core? I got Old Power McCarr. Got to keep those guys together. Orzog and the Commissaries to get the +5. Nah, you got to trust your guys. If they got all the way here, I'm not going to brutalize them. Poirier was a +2, and Nemec was a +1. Should I get them back in there for Inglis and Gidla? No, I got to keep these guys in there just for the laughs. No, this is it. Calgary, this is your squad. I got to hope for a good simulation here in game number 6, our last game of the season on home ice, and then whatever happens in game number 7, all right? I'm trusting the team. Calgary is so disappointing. I'm going to get swept out of the freaking finals after going up 2-0, but we were lucky to win those 2 games. I can't score goals. It's been 5 games in a row, and I haven't scored more than 2. I've gotten shut out once, and 3 other games I've gotten 1 goal. So, am I due? Hockey gods, can you deliver me some freaking offense, or has the Toronto Maple Leafs built the most perfect team imaginable for defense, man? Here we freaking go, Calgary. Game 6 in Calgary. Home ice advantage. Give me the first goal of the game. Kimmy, how are you? Almost sent her down to the third line, thank God. Power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. My boys, Curtis Boudin, Avery Fast, and my goaltender, killing it off. Another power play, a long one. There you go. I just spent 6 minutes on the penalty kill in the first 10 minutes. Unreal what I got to put up with here with the Calgary Flames. Get to the end of the first. All right, so we got 1 goal. Can we get 3? Is this the game where we're going to get 3? We're going to get screwed over again. Penalty kill, look, a double minor and a delayed game. Oh, my God. Give them some freaking penalties, man. Second period, underway. Another power play. Another power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Trevor Moore, it's over. Nelson scores for Toronto. Here they go, man. Just unloading on us offensively. The game is just interpreting the Leafs as the superior team. Why? I don't know. Isaiah English scores on the 4th line to tie the game up at 2 for the count at Cole Sillinger. What a ball buster. What an end to the second period there for the Calgary Flames. Oh, my God. All right, patient. I need some support. I need some offense. We finally got that 3rd goal of the game. I need more. 3rd period. The Stanley Cup is in the building, but only for one team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. We don't want to lose again, Calgary. Power play goes nowhere. Power play for us goes nowhere. It comes now down to Dustin Wolf. Dustin Wolf, I need you to hold on, buddy, for another 7 minutes. I just need you to hold on. Oh, they're going to barrage us. Power play. They do it up. 3, 2, power play. Yeah! And Dustin Wolf kills it off. The Calgary Flames have forced a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals against the Toronto Maple Leafs. A back-and-forth series. I think the Leafs are the better team. We finally find a way to get 3. It's enough. Is this going to be a Game 7 for the ages, or is this going to be heartbreak? Heartbreak or glory? Oh, my God. Send to the next game. Let's see if there's any injury report for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let Austin Matthews be injured, please. Jalen Chatfield, he's still out. All right, here we go. It's all been leading up to this. 7 years, Game 7 Conference Finals, Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. We made some changes. Isaiah's in there. Joe McGinley's in there. Dustin Wolf, shocking. And my captain, Cale Makar. I just need a performance. I need somebody to be a hero. So Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, it's been fun. Here it comes. Here it comes. There's no delaying. Here we go. Game 7, Stanley Cup Final. First period, underway. I want the start of a lifetime. 5-on-3 power play. Please, they don't convert on the extra attacker, the 2 extra attackers for the Calgary Flames. The referees actually gave us the advantage here in the first period. We failed to convert. The shot totals were looking good, but the goal totals scaring the shit out of me because this is what the Toronto Maple Leafs are. A defensive juggernaut, tied all up at 1, or after 1 at 0. Second period. Underway, power play again for the Calgary Flames. They're gifting us an Austin Matthews, Captain America, scores the Toronto. Brendan Years gets us back to within 1. Brendan Years gets us back to within 1 after Matthews and Matt Nye scores for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Still a 1-goal game. Still a 1-goal game. My God, we had our power plays. Avery Fast. Fast action Avery. Ties the game up. Late in the second in the Stanley Cup Finals in Game 7. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a wild second period. My young players, Brady Mears and Avery Fast, both scored for the Calgary Flames. Calgary is coming down to the final 20 minutes. All tied up. We're shooting them 28-16. Power play has let us down in this game. Dustin Wolf, I need you. Cale Makar, Calgary's own. Now is the time for you to step up, and same thing with you, Chucky. The young guy stepped up. I need the veterans. Calgary, I'm terrified. But here we go. Third period, Stanley Cup Final. Commissary, my fucking defensive defenseman, my shitty blocked power play for the Flames, who have the lead here in Game 7. Another power play. The referees. 5 minutes left. Power play. Just get down to the 2-minute mark. Just get down to the 2-minute mark. Start it right there. And with less than 2 minutes to go, we have a 2-goal lead, and we're jumping in. Oh, my God, Calgary. We have a 2-goal lead in Scotiabank Arena. Go, the car going scored on his own. I'd like to see that. All right, defensive. No. Everybody just trap it up, man. Austin Matthews plays it up. Matt Nice, holy power. Nice interception. Less than 2 minutes to go. Slowly but surely. Everything in deep. Berkeley Catton, nice move. There it is, bud. There it is. All right, so third line in the offensive zone, right? Commissary got the goal. I'm trusting the third line. Save your top 2 lines. Oh, my God, Calgary. There it is. It's in the building. Lord Stanley Cup, potentially to be hoisted by the Calgary Flames for the first time in, 30, 40 years, 1989. We're in like the year 2030 or 2031. It's like 42 years or something. Avery Fast. Face-off. Oh, right, TJ Gimbel's on the second line now. That's all right. Fast to win this face-off. Oh, Austin Matthews wins it clean, straight back, man. No problems whatsoever. Matt Nice gets up to William Elander. Crappy shot, easy save, 120. Move then. You got to move that puck up to Orzon. Oh, Matthews in the middle. Orzon, nice job. Gabe Perreault, what are you going to do with it? In deep, every single time. In deep and trap it up. As soon as they cross the blue line, I am telling them to shoot that thing on the net for a dump and chase. Joseph Wall is being pulled. The Toronto Maple Leafs are getting the extra attacker out there. Perreault gonna find Curtis Boudet, just missing the net, just missing the Stanley Cup right there. Curtis Boudet, oh no, Baldu across the line on the right side. Austin Matthews floating backhand. Mitch Marner taught him that for sure. Orzog on it. Orzog into the middle. Orzog shot. That's gonna miss. These guys can't hit the broad side of the bar. What in the hell was that, man? Line change happening. His Boudin's on it again. Boudin's trying to take that shot. It's going to be blocked. But with a 2-goal lead and 30 seconds to go, Matthew Tkachuk scores! Matthew Tkachuk scores for the Calgary. My voice is gone. Matthew Tkachuk scores the empty netter for the Calgary Flames. They're going to win their first Stanley Cup since 1989. I cannot believe it. Live streaming on front of all you beauties. We fought through the adversity, all the nonsense, all the voodoo in this universe, and we came out of it on the other side. What did I say? The taller the mountain, the sweeter the victory. Calgary, we did it, man. Matthew Tkachuk wins with the Calgary Flames. Berkeley Catton puts it on the net, comes the ball. It doesn't matter. On front again, take another one. Calgary, we freaking did it, Flame fans. For the first time in over 40 years, your Calgary Flames are Stanley Cup champions. 89 to year number 7. Come on! Might be my most satisfying GM mode Stanley Cup win. EA Voodoo every single year working against us, but here in lucky number 7, year number 7, your Calgary Flames are Stanley Cup champions. And we got it done in Toronto. Ooh. Yes, YouTube. Yes, Kick. Yes, Twitch. Conn Smythe winner. The man drafted by the Calgary Flames all those years ago, he came back, unfinished business, and now he's a 4-time Stanley Cup champion. 3 with Florida, 1 with Calgary. Remember, Florida won in year number 2, I think it was. Oh my God, get up here. Wolf was robbed, Johnny, whatever. Matthew Tkachuk. Maybe they don't give it to goaltenders. Get up here right now. Cale Makar. Calgary's own. Everyone doubted it. They wanted Zane Paret. They wanted Landon DuPont. I wanted the best player in the world, and this is the pinnacle of his career. Cale Makar, the captain of the Calgary Flames, hoisting that Stanley Cup. Bang! Bang, 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 bang! He gets it done, man. Owen Power. Matthew already had it a bunch. Joe... No. It's gotta be, a lot of people are saying that Dustin Wolf should have won the Conn Smythe. So I'll give him the Stanley Cup number 2. There he is, Dustin Wolf. Built my team for goaltending, built my team for defense. Man, when it wasn't working to piss me off at this guy, what a Stanley Cup final, man. We didn't have offense, but we had defense. Power, Tkachuk, Joe, Brady, it's gotta be the 50-goal scorer who has broken out on this team, the Austrian, baby. Number 66, just like Mario Lemieux, Brady effing yours. That's what I'm talking about, bud. That is what I'm talking about. Brady Mears, we got him all the way back in year 2 or 3 with that Winnipeg trade, right? And last but not least, he's played 2 games in his NHL career. He was the difference maker, John Gamma. Number 23, damn, he gets to hoist it before Tej even does. Tej and Joe on the same team. The Gimba brothers are hoisting the Stanley Cup for Calgary. What scenes? I couldn't have scripted it any better. So in a live stream where we almost had technical difficulties, we have a Game 7 conference final and a Game 7 Stanley Cup final. Calgary, we are champions of the world. Oh, new celebration in the locker room. Get drunk, boys. Drink that champagne. Drink that beer. Yeah. Oh, damn, it's like 2 seconds long. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take. Oh, look at this, baby. Look at this, baby. That's what we pay $129.99 for. A 5-second cutscene. It was worth every penny. Look at that beauty, Calgary. So I want to thank all the fans for all your support. YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Your comments, your likes. I mean, we had low lows, but this is a high high. Your Calgary Flames are Stanley Cup champions.
Canadian milk, cream, and cultures. Just 3 simple ingredients.
Hello? Oh.
Niels, I'm gonna miss you, buddy. Today we are talking about Vancouver Canucks forward Niels Höglander in all of his umlaut power because there was an update from Rick Dhaliwal speaking on Halford and Brough earlier this morning that indicates that the future of Höglander might not actually be with the Canucks. And I just wanted to say this before we dive into it. There is a radio hit, of course, but Niels Höglander is a guy that I personally would have loved to see explode as a Vancouver Canucks forward option. He's 25 years old. He's 5'9". He's 185. He's born in the same year that I was. There is a connection that we 2,000 kids feel with each other. Höglander was a 40th overall pick back in the 2019 NHL entry draft, second-round guy that some folks had as a first-round guy. Höglander was ranked 19th overall by elite prospects. He was ranked 29th by future considerations. Make no mistake about it, the fact that this guy went in the second round was mostly due to the fact that he is only 5'9". But there were a lot of great qualities that made Höglander a valuable prospect for the Canucks. His tenacity, his skill. There were a few highlights and lowlights throughout the course of his Swedish career, from the Zorro/Michigan goals that he would be able to score consistently, to the nasty elbows that got him suspended over and over again. Hoglander's time in Sweden was definitely filled with a lot of different kinds of highlights. But inevitably, Hoglander became a 20-goal scorer in the National Hockey League with the Vancouver Canucks. And his 23-year-old season saw him get 36 points in 80 games. This year was particularly great for most Canucks players, as JT Miller had 100 points, Quinn Hughes won the Norris, Elias Pettersson had 89 points, and then you had a whole bunch of guys getting 20 goals on the team. Besser had 40, Miller had 37, Pettersson had 34, Hoglander 24, and then you had Connor Garland with 20, and Dakota Joshua, who had scored 18 in only 63 games played. There were a number of guys that were doing well in Vancouver that season. And Hoglander, for all the skill that he has, unfortunately, fell off the hardest. He had 25 points the next year, which is not that bad of a downgrade from 36, but he went from 24 goals to 8. And then this season, he's only got 2. Hoglander in his career has gone down a very unfortunate path that you could very well say is mostly due to usage, ice time, and line mates. That's why he is not producing as much. But with that said, we have ourselves an update from Rick Dollywall at Halford and Bruff in the Morning that was summarized courtesy of Canucks News Summaries. So big shout out over to them and their craft. There are a number of things that are talked about here, from the young defense to Hoglander to the lottery to the future of Patrick Allvin. We could also talk about that as well. And then there's a conversation on Mike Gillis with the Toronto Maple Leafs, which, I mean, I guess we can dive into. I don't really think it's super necessary for this video, but let's just see if we can get there. Starting out, though, with the first part of Rick Dollywall's Halford and Bruff hit this morning. There was a conversation on young defensemen around the National Hockey League and the ones on the Canucks. They're going to make mistakes because of their youth and the time it takes to learn the position in the NHL. Dollywall says he doesn't understand why they are playing Pierre-Olivier Joseph or Vittorio Mancini. Isn't Mancini also young, technically? Like, of course, you want to prioritize the Villanders, the Williams, and the Elias Pettersson, but Mancini is 23 years old. What are you talking about? This guy is definitely in that age range where he can be a long-term option, too. That's just my perspective, at least. He's starting to see some nice offensive plays from Tom Willander. William and Willander are both off-the-chart character kids, and Dollywall has no doubt that they will both wear a letter in the future. Yeah, I agree with that. Those guys are so great to listen to. They say all the right things, and then some. They surprise you at how mature they are for the young play that they provide. These guys are definitely going to be big leadership parts of the Canucks long term. Nils Hoglander. Dollywall says he would be very surprised if Hoglander is a Canuck to start next season. The guy is not getting any ice time, and he's a frequent healthy scratch. Hoglander needs a change of scenery. Heck, you could even debate that Hoglander can get traded with Elias Pettersson, because those two had some pretty interesting chemistry back when they were playing together for parts of the 24 year. Hoglander was a 5-on-5 goals machine. For whatever reason, he was just scoring like crazy. Have him get traded with Elias Pettersson if you want to push both of them to their best potential. But Hoglander hearing that the guy is probably going to get traded, that's not a surprise, especially at this point. Obviously, it hurts as a fellow 2000-born dude to see other 2000-born guys get traded so young into their careers. But, hey, Hoglander still has potential. He's not that old. Speaking about the draft lottery, Dollywall says this: the Canucks have lost it 4 or 5 times in a row. Yeah, that's the case, man. Heading back all the way to the olden days where the Canucks lost the first overall lottery with a coin flip to the Buffalo Sabres. That was the beginning of the end for the Vancouver Canucks. While it's true, there was a brief few minutes in time where the Canucks actually held the first overall pick back in 1999. They quickly traded it down because they needed to get the Sedins at 2 and 3, so that was a very different scenario.
When you bring your car to us, you can expect attention to detail, thorough diagnostics, and efficient repairs.
We keep up to date with the latest tech, and we use cutting-edge tools to ensure the repairs are done right.
Our story is evolving. Once a grassroots effort, we grow stronger every day. Our mission, guided by the values of our common why, has stretched beyond business. This is more than tourism. This is a movement. Collectively, we continue to reframe perceptions, amplify Indigenous voices, and invite others to see, to connect, and to care for the diverse lands, waters, and skies. Indigenous Tourism BC proudly stands at the heart of these voices, partnering with Indigenous peoples, communities, and businesses to invite the world to experience the brilliance of our ancestors' teachings. Together, we're creating opportunities that honor Indigenous sovereignty and celebrate cultures on our terms, while building a thriving industry rooted in respect, prosperity, and well-being. We are creating something extraordinary, a future shaped by collaboration, guided by Indigenous peoples, and shared with the world.
Either way, we'll see whether or not the Canucks are able to get the first overall pick this year. They already have last place locked up. They can win all their games and still get last. So that's the pretty good position that they have themselves right now. Meanwhile, speaking about the people that will make the decision as to whom it is the Canucks draft in first, second, or third, management. This is what Dollywall says about management's future. He has also heard that Patrick Allvin was telling people he thought he was going to be fired. Okay, so there is validity to the Nick Kyprios report. Patrick Allvin apparently was going out there and telling some folks around the block, yeah, I don't expect to be back here. I'm going to leave. Okay, not leave. Leave implies that it's via his own decision-making. He could get fired here, folks. Dollywall also says that everyone should be under review. There are some folks that still believe Allvin will be fired. We won't find out until the season is over. No one has said that Rutherford won't be back, though. Dollywall doesn't think that Rutherford wants his legacy to be a last-place finish. He assumes he wants to leave the Canucks in better circumstances when he steps away, which I do think is a pretty mature thing for Jim Rutherford to go out there and label as his goal. Obviously, the guy is so old, so he's kind of nearing the last few years of being able to manage an NHL team anyway, but to see that he actually does want to leave the team in a better place, it's like the campfire rule. You leave it better than you found it. That's exactly what Jim Rutherford is going out there and preaching over here. Vancouver, it's going to be hard to leave the Canucks in a better place than they were when Rutherford initially took over, but he can try, and I appreciate that at the very least. Ownership is not happy. They're still thinking about what they want to do. Okay, here's what you gotta do, ownership. Just rebuild. Let the team stink for years and years and years. That's not a problem here. Dollywall says that economics will play a decision. Rutherford and Allvin have term left. He's not defending the owner, but he's saying that if everyone stays, it'll be because they don't want more dead money on the books. And as we had noted just a few videos ago on the, what was it? It was yesterday, I think it was, yeah. As we had noted just yesterday, the Vancouver Canucks lost so much money over the past few years through their Overwatch and Call of Duty teams. So, yeah, hearing that Francesco Aquilini wants to do whatever he can to save as much money as possible, not surprising. Not surprising. But that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. More of this discourse about Patrick Allvin getting fired. How do you feel about the Niels Höglander trade discourse as well? Do you think this is an inevitability? And where do you think he gets sent over to? If you're a fan of another team checking out this video, would you want a Niels Höglander? He's very aggressive and he can play very nicely. It's just he doesn't play often. That's the problem in Vancouver. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Trash Roll, so and I. And bye.
see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Carl. Worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Home is wherever you are, buddy. Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. Well, almost by definition, right now. What can I do? Berkey's car again still on the bus.
And with that, the Vancouver Canucks have officially clinched last place in the National Hockey League. It's been a pleasure, my friends. The Canucks had an opportunity to clinch last place yesterday when they played off against Colorado. They needed to lose in any fashion to get that clinch. But they ended up winning. So, yeah, that's pretty great. Now against the Minnesota Wild, the Vancouver Canucks lose 5-2 on a grand night where Quinn Hughes plays off against the team that he once captained for multiple seasons. After all the drama and harsh feelings that went back and forth between the fans and this one individual. If you hadn't seen it, we made a video earlier this afternoon about Quinn Hughes and the shocking comments that he had made before this Canucks game. Turns out he's got some pretty interesting opinions about the way things went in Vancouver and why things inevitably fell out between him and the organization. Was it an inevitability or was it preventable? Who knows? With that said, Quinn Hughes and the Wild end up defeating Vancouver 5-2, and this does not really look like one of these games where the Canucks can hang their hat on. Maybe early on there were some moments, and Nikita Tolopilo definitely had some saves, but at the end of the day, second half of a back-to-back for the Canucks, this was not a night where they were supposed to win. Minnesota, well rested, they haven't been playing all too much as of late, so I don't think anybody's really surprised to see the result over here. This also fits very well, because Chicago is losing right now to Edmonton, and Vancouver, if they wanted to clinch last place, it would have been preferred if Chicago started getting some more points, but unfortunately, that's not happening. Let's dive into the goals with this Vancouver and Minnesota game, however. Scoring started nice and early. 8 minutes in, you have Matt Boldy, who ends up taking advantage of a Vancouver clearing attempt that doesn't go out. It's P.O. Joseph trying to clear it on the backhand up the boards. It gets easily picked off. Eriksson, Marcus Johansson ends up taking it. He sends it over to Boldy, who comes in on Nikita Tolopilo and does a really nice little 5-hole play there. He just fires it right through the wickets. Beautiful play, beautiful shot, and I think Matt Boldy was aiming to go 5-hole the entire way through. Give it about 8 minutes, and this is when Teddy Bluger does the old Kevin Bieksa to Maxime Lapierre play. Bluger has the puck in the Wild zone. He fires it towards the goal, but it goes wide. It then pops out on the opposite side where Tom Wielander streaks in and buries it into the open cage. It is almost a textbook copy-paste of the Kevin Bieksa to Maxime Lapierre play from 15 years ago, but it's Tom Wielander instead who gets the goal. 42 seconds after that, with Joel Eriksson in the box, you have Jake DeBrusk, who ends up burying his 18th on the season. It's Elias Pettersson to Filip Hronek, who fires it towards the goal. It then pops off at the crossbar, goes airborne, and Jake DeBrusk cuts into the crease to swat it into the open cage. 2-1 hockey game. The Vancouver Canucks have the lead. And unfortunately, that's all she wrote for Vancouver. Because 23 seconds into the second period, you have the Canucks with the puck in the Wild zone. It's Zeev Bouillon who ends up making a mistake, trying to send it across to Phil Hronek. It's a D-to-D play that does not work, and Matt Boldy ends up getting a breakaway because of it. He comes in on Nikita Tolopilo and then whips it glove side. Hey, Matt Boldy is very good. He is not going to make a mistake when you give him that much time and space. That's his 40th goal of the season. My goodness, Matt Boldy, you gotta calm down, bud. But it's a tie game, 2-2. It doesn't stay tied for long, as about 5 minutes later, you have Kirill Kaprizov. He said, Matt Boldy, you got your 40th goal this season? Well, I'm just going to go out there and do the same thing. He gets a really nice one-time feed from Matt Zuccarello on the right side. Kaprizov does the old Leon Draisaitl shot, and it goes in right by Tolopilo. It's a really nice goal. Good movement, good plays. That's two 40-goal scorers scoring their 40th goals of the season in the same period against the Vancouver Canucks. How unfortunate is that for Tolo? And it continues into the third period. Not the 40-goal stuff, but Ryan Hartman ends up getting 2 in the third. He gets a chip out in front from Zuccarello, and Quinn Hughes, total screen on Tolopilo. He cannot see the puck. And you also have Tom Willander that is trapped in front of the net. He is not able to move Ryan Hartman and his big behind out of the way. I think Ray Ferraro said it best. This was a really big learning moment for Tom Willander.
Love the outdoors. There's a Celtics for that. Love DIY. There's a K4 hatchback for that. Love the game. There's a Sportage for that. No matter what you're looking for, there's a Kia for that.
Just understanding the positioning and how to plant yourself in front of the goal and just what that looks like, how to execute it properly. That's a learning moment. It's a teachable moment. Tom Willander is this one after having a 2-1 lead. Hey, you can't beat them all, right? And these Central Division teams are pretty darn good. They destroyed Colorado 8-6 yesterday, and then this day they had themselves Quinn Hughes. So, yeah. You know, I kind of found it funny how when Quinn Hughes got that point on the first Ryan Hartman goal, you could hear the crowd really cheering super loud when Hughes' name was announced in the building. It was like, they're playing up to it, aren't they? In a way, I do feel kind of weird that we're going to have to start hearing about this till the end of time, essentially. Conversations on Quinn Hughes' tenure as a Canuck and whether or not it was retirement worthy. Oh, should he be in the Ring of Honor? Should he be this? Should he be that? Etc., etc. I do think that Quinn Hughes, obviously the best defenseman the Vancouver Canucks have ever had, and arguably one of the most talented players who had ever suited up for this team, period. Although you still have to remember that player dynamics and relationships will play a part of it. Pavel Bure got his number retired, but that was after a long freaking time. Roberto Luongo only got Ring of Honor treatment, despite being one of the best goaltenders in the world during his time in Vancouver. I do think that if Roberto ended up winning a Vezina trophy, which he probably should have at some point throughout the course of his Canucks tenure, that would have made it a lot more easy for the Canucks to retire the number rather than just have it in the Ring of Honor. But still, all of this to say is that the retirement conversation is a difficult one, and at this point, it's hard to really say that anybody that has suited up for the Canucks over the past 5 years deserves that number retirement. You can win the trophies, you can get the nominations, you can get all these accolades, and you can be one of the most talented players. But at the end of the day, being a Canuck is the most important part. So with all that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks and the Wild. Minnesota takes it.
And these are all AI voices and are strictly for entertainment purposes. If you think I'm playing a video game to push political views of my own, then I really need to reevaluate my life. The viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for watching, and welcome to episode, wow, 3 weeks in a row, what a surprise.
And not even 30 seconds in, and he's already complaining.
Because I want to play something new, Ben. I thought you didn't want to play any new games and that we had enough games we were currently playing. No, like, oh my God, I wanted to play something else and something we haven't played.
So something new, which you've been against.
No, are you guys even listening? Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. I am saying what I want to say, shitheads. You guys just struggle with basic comprehension.
No, I think you just struggle with basic communication.
I want to play something else. It's something we haven't played in a while.
Oh. Well, why didn't you just say that?
I did.
No, you said something new.
Whatever. Impossible to win an argument against a bunch of idiots.
But we've, okay.
I dozed off. Are we playing something, or are we calling it off?
All right, the only teammate pairings we have yet to do this year are Donald and I versus Ben and Joe.
Right on. You're going down, little Benjamin.
We're on a team, Joe.
Says who?
I'm picking the team.
No, I am picking the team after suffering because of Washington last week.
Now you know how every American feels.
And it's all because of Walgreens.
What?
I don't know, Barry. They're throwing shade at Washington, America, you, Joe, Walgreens. You really lost the room here, man. We should just play something else.
At me? Wait a minute. Who dissed me?
We aren't playing something else. This is what people voted for us to play.
Rigged election.
Your mom is rigged.
Anyone off the top of their head know what teams we haven't played as yet, including from last year?
No, and I'm not going back through every past video to find out.
Yeah, God forbid you put effort into something.
Excuse me? What about the Redbirds? They're called the Cardinals, dumbass.
No, technically he's right. That is their nickname.
Yeah, you dumb butt. The team that drafted Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray was drafted by the Athletics.
But the Athletics are a baseball team.
That's debatable. All right, we will be the Cardinals.
Oh, we wanted to be the Cardinals.
Tough stuff, Buttercup.
Just give them the Cardinals, Donald.
Well, whatever. Daddy Barry looking out for his son once again.
You guys could be the Reds. Nice rivalry matchup.
We've already played as the Reds in one of our videos.
Does it matter? Who gives a shit?
People won't believe me.
Asking me to believe a liberal. Pretty big ass.
Coming from the conservative criminal himself.
Damn, screw the game. This is way more entertaining.
Enough. Donald, can you pick a team, please?
You're the one scrolling. We're all waiting on you.
I'm waiting on you to give me a team name.
I don't care. Oh my God, Barry, pick a team.
Good one, all right? Bruins it is.
Hey, can I maybe pick the arena we play in?
Well, for starters, it's called a stadium, not an arena.
Well, for starters, your mom is your mom. Oh, shoot, hold on. I botched that.
Nothing new there.
Actually, I don't know if Joe has ever picked where we play, so you know what? Go for it, Joe.
It's your one and only chance to make us proud, Joe. Don't blow it. Ooh, minors. No, we aren't playing at a damn minor league field, Joe. Good job. You lost your privilege. No.
Are we just going to ignore what Joe said, or?
Yes, we are, Donald. Just let him pick. Joe, stick to major league fields.
Fine. Hey, how about Walgreens Park?
Nationals Park works for me.
Same here. Donald,
It's been almost 4 minutes and we still aren't moving into a game.
because we are waiting on you to answer.
Yeah, sure. I don't care.
You know what? Pretty sure one of us has played as the Brewers.
Oh well. You gotta start over. That'd be such a headache, though. You should probably just play Prop Hunt or PGA instead.
If you bring up either one of those games again, I will make sure we never play either ever again.
Doesn't sound like much of a threat, considering we haven't played either in how long?
I'll play first, Joe.
Same here. I'm sure Donald would rather go up against Joe.
Wait a minute. These are not the Cardinals.
Yes, it is, Joe.
And where is Kyle Murray?
Kai, Lord Murray doesn't play baseball.
Yeah, I gathered that. This isn't football.
Whoa, that's a great observation, Joe. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting smarter and smarter every day.
Dang it.
1, 2, 3, go the Cardinals.
Now, let's see if you can be as productive at the plate.
Still waiting on someone to tell me where Kyler Murray is.
Donald, did you touch the lineup?
Of course I did. The game sucks at creating them.
Okay, well, so do you, because, yeah, this guy should have been batting leadoff.
I put speed at lead off. You know why? Because that's how a lineup should be.
Well, it doesn't really do any good if they can't hit.
Oh, yeah, Sam Freckle. I do remember this
Crap.
team.
Like, this dude should not be third.
Oh, the guy that just freaking drilled it off the wall for an RBI double?
I mean, his current attributes certainly don't warrant him being in the 3-hole.
3-hole. Wait a minute. I thought that was a myth. Wait a minute. Bryce Hoskins is on this team now?
It's Reese, dickhead. And yet he hasn't been on the Phillies since 2022.
But that's not true. He was on the team last year.
How do you figure? because I sure as hell never saw him play.
Because he was hurt, asshole. Gary Sanchez. Really, Donald?
He's got pop, dude. He was better than that other scrub of a catcher we had.
Donald, this guy is Joey Gallo. He wore leg pads and a chest protector.
That's offensive to Joey Gallo.
Would you just shut up? Oh my God. And you all say I'm bad when you're the ones come. Look at that, see? That's why he's playing.
Way to go, Ben.
Shut up.
Oh, we're speechless now, aren't we?
No. Ben threw a meatball right into the heart of the plate.
It wasn't a meatball. It was a fastball. Sure, I may have lost a bit of control, but I wouldn't classify that pitch as...
Shush, little Benjamin. It's my turn now.
And whoop, stay with it now. Don't be a loser.
Is that Jake Bowers?
I don't know, Barry. Dude had power, so I threw him in the lineup.
You know, you can't just put any player anywhere, right?
Why the hell not?
Because not every player is good at every position.
It's baseball. These guys are pros. Pretty sure they can play wherever I put them. Not like I'm asking them to reinvent the wheel.
I mean, you can put them anywhere, yes, but that doesn't mean they will be exceptional at that position.
So you're telling me these guys get paid millions of dollars just to play at one damn position?
Yes, that is exactly what we're saying.
Tell me shit I ever heard.
Sit down.
That hurts the hell out of me. Have these guys not played Little League? My coach put me everywhere in Little League. I was the best on our team.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you were great at warming the bench no matter what dugout your team was in.
No, we kept him far away from the bench because he would eat all the post-game snacks. Ha 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 ha. Oh, man. Hey, what is Mom back at orange slices to the team? Keep that popped up. Ha ha ha.
Are you guys done?
I see you clearly are. Whatever it is.
You left me with the shittiest part of the lineup.
Hey, I didn't make the lineup.
I like that stuff that's happened. That's agile, striking with precision, end-to-end sound production, and 20,000 hours of Atlas simulation, all designed for this, and beauty by Johnson.
But you know what I'm saying? One day, the right time to set a thing to buy a house. Start a family. Honestly, you know, we get this negative right now. That's why we should do one thing. That's it.
Oh, Grandpa, I used to stop doing physical activity for my lawn business.
It's the right.
Oh, I think that's getting down.
Yeah, no trouble, get you back. I think if you put the effort in, you could have.
What would you know about putting an effort?
Ask your mom.
Rats.
Here we go, twin killer. Ah, shit.
The hell are you doing?
Wait, no, go back.
Man.
Well, at least we got one out of it.
Is Joe playing on both teams, isn't it?
Have you guys seen this guy's arm? Thing's a howitzer.
So, hit back, go to the fender.
Stop calling me that.
You know, Barry, I'm getting hungry. You ordered.
I've ordered the last 3 weeks. No, I'm not.
Oh, whoa, he left way too late.
Another 3 out thanks to Sleepy Joe. I mean, Ben.
Get up.
I'm already up.
It's a one-run game now, boys.
Let's think. If you were just a tad bit wiser on the bases, you'd have to leave. Well, let's hope my mouth in the basement can make this play. I say you can upset.
Wow, a professional athlete making a routine catch on the field. Who saw that coming?
Oh, all right, there we go. Terrible leadoff.
Bro, he's got 18 vision. Yeah, that's a terrible leadoff, man.
Remember when this guy used to be good?
He still is. You just suck.
Great, now I got Jay Sanchez on that. So probably won't even put it in play.
Actually, you got Hoskins up next.
Oh, what an upgrade.
So, let's see. So far, you've trashed our leadoff man who did his job this inning and got on base. You trashed the 3-hole hitter who hammered one off the wall. Trashed Hoskins who kept the inning alive. And trashed Gary Sanchez who went yard. And is now 2 on the deck.
Okay, well, when you look at the attributes of each individual player, rather than this lineup
Isn't being taken advantage of because you're a fucking reckless kid. All 3 of you lack any kind of basic fucking base running competence. Oh, no, I haven't made the deuces on the bases today. Because you haven't gotten on base, dickhead. And even if you have, which you still haven't, you wouldn't get it fast because you're still an idiot.
You said Joey Gallen was basically Gary Sanchez if he wore leg pads and a chest protector.
Oh, no. What about it? Right.
There you go. You're an incompetent shithead.
So I went on Baseball Reference, and they have this feature where you can compare the two, and look at this. Here, Donald, pass this over to Barry.
Come on, damn it, Ben. You not see I'm trying to play?
Sorry, Chief. Here, Barry, pardon my reach.
Oh, wow. Looks like I was another.
About what?
Oh, sorry, you're too busy playing.
Would you just spit it out like that?
About Gallo and Sanchez being the same player. Here, look at the comparison.
Hold on, would you?
Oh, come on. I'll in my ass.
Sounds painful.
All right, here, look.
What do you mean it's the same player? Gary is clearly way better than... Oh, shit.
Yeah, who's incompetent now, asshole?
Barry distracted me. But I guess he, too, completely ignored me telling Ben.
Now, Walker for extra bases, man, this team has so much promising youth. It's just,
All right, Joe, calm down.
Bring it back in there. See, he missed that because, well, he isn't the third baseman.
Or because he had to haul ass after he needed it 50 feet from the bat.
oh, we're all tied up.
Nice. Great work, Barry.
So I'm literally responsible for
Knowing the league. Yep, well aware.
I'm still waiting on Donald to tell me how Gary Sanchez is not similar to Joey Gallo.
Let's see. Gary Sanchez has more hits than RBIs and a batting average above the Mendoza line. He also has silver slugger.
Okay, but look, Gallo literally has a higher...
Just stop you right there. Because if you're going to bring up OPS or whatever the hell WAP is.
I think you're talking about WAR.
Yeah, WAP is what after Joe.
Whatever it is, I don't care about you and your bullshit advanced analytics.
Well, they can't be GS if they are relied on and used frequently.
Well, the Phillies relied on their bullpen after their starter threw only 89 pitches, and look where that got them.
Yeah, they won. No, they lost. What was the score?
A lot to a little...
By the way, have you seen what society has come to?
Oh, here it is. This is where we finally get canceled.
Can you believe these teams like the Phillies and the Rays are hanging wild card banners?
That was way better than I thought it was going to be.
What could possibly be worse than a wild card banner?
No, I mean, I thought you were going to say something. Never mind, go on.
That was it. That was my statement. It was more of a question. Yeah, I mean, what about it?
They're flying flags for winning a wild card spot. Woohoo, everybody, call out of school, call out of work, sound the trumpets, and join us at the parade because we snuck our way into the playoffs.
Didn't the Nashville Predators hang up a banner for something weird, like not even playoff related?
Oh my God, that's right. The regular season champs or something stupid like that.
Leadoff double. Holy moly, what a throw. But also, isn't regular season champions like an actual thing in hockey? Like, don't they give an award for that?
We knew that a system like NetSuite will help us scale. Having put NetSuite in place, we've definitely optimized our processes. In terms of inventory level accuracy, we are over 95%. Our order to cash cycles are very smooth, and we take pride in that.
Welcome to WIC Hockey. We're glad you're here. This platform is designed to give you practical tools both on and off the ice to help you take your game to the next level. This is WIC Hockey.
They do. It's called the President's Trophy, and they hung up a banner for that, but then they hung up a banner for being the regular season Western Conference champs.
Which, one, isn't a real thing, and two, even if it was, it's not as significant as the President's Trophy. It's basically winning the President's Trophy for one conference.
I don't see the issue. They're raising a banner for an accomplishment.
It's a fake accomplishment, Barry. Still an accomplishment, though. Oh, yeah? All right. Joe, if you lost to me in 2020, which you did, let's be honest, would you hang up a banner in your house that said 2020 Democratic nominee?
No, but I know damn well you still hung one up in your house that said 2020 President-elect to make yourself feel good.
Whoa, where's he going?
Oh, Ben's getting lost out there.
Barry, what the?
Damn it. Really thought I had that.
Way to go, dumbass. Why don't you hang a banner? Almost took the lead in the fifth.
I still don't understand why you can't hang up a banner for celebrating accomplishments.
Hold on. What? I never swung.
Even if it isn't the best one possible.
Because you're celebrating losing. Barry, my grandchild got to spend the day with their second place trophy. Second place. great effort out there here. Dude, take this reminder for the day that you're a loser.
Okay, spending the day with a second-place trophy would piss me off as a parent.
But it's still an accomplishment.
Donald, what are you doing?
Especially if you're a Trump. You got to learn that you're going to lose a lot, even at a young age.
Yeah, my family is only filled with winners, Barry. We don't take handouts. Unlike this bitch umpire who was clearly handed this damn job.
61% win expediency for the Redbirds.
Not looking good, Donald. Just wait until you hit into this double play. Game is broken. That's not where I threw the ball.
I'm scoring.
No. Hold up, Joe. He is not fast enough.
First, Donald, first. Shoot.
Oh, almost.
Probably would have been out if our good catcher was behind the plate. But what do I know?
Exactly nothing. All right, I'm bringing in 2020 Mickey Mouse Rookie of the Year, Devin Williams.
Yeah, because a .33 ERA is definitely a Mickey Mouse statistic.
Yeah, but Joe won the election that year. So every accomplishment is automatically a Mickey Mouse accomplishment in the world of Donald.
Oh, too low, doesn't count. You golfed at it, Detective. Sit down.
Gotta throw a strike here, Donald.
It's Joe, so not necessarily. I thought that was going to be slower.
So why did you swing sooner?
I don't know.
Bases loaded, full count. This is the situation every kid dreams about in their backyard.
What's the plan here, Donald? Gotta be in the zone, or 100% sure he will chase it out of the zone.
Okay, don't worry. He ain't making contact on this. What?
Oh, my. Oh, Donald.
What the fuck just happened? Why the hell is he scoring?
It was a pitch clock violation because you didn't start your delivery in time, which is an automatic ball. Since it was a full count with bases loaded, it was ball 4, which walked in a run.
Since when is there a damn clock in baseball?
Last year.
Whatever.
Gee. Dude, what are you?
Screw this kid.
You're literally throwing away the game and throwing a hissy fit.
Not my fault. This dumb commissioner put a clock into this game. Like, how did this loser win Rookie of the Year? Dude sucks.
No, you suck. You're the one throwing behind guys and giving them all these pitches right down the pipe.
No, this pitcher is giving them all these pitches to hit. He's not throwing them where I tell him to.
Lack of accountability from Donald Trump. What a shock.
Hey, he did it. Hang the banner.
I deserve a banner for having to put up with you as a teammate this game.
Wait, we're winning? Nice. When did that happen?
Oh? Why'd you run away from the ball?
I didn't. The game or remote control thing did it on its own.
Sure.
That should have been crushed.
Maybe if you actually barreled up on it.
Infield fly, everyone's out.
That's not an infield fly, Joe, nor is that how it works.
You're not how it works. How appropriate. His name is Willie, and he hits like a Willie. Okay, that is an infield fly.
No, it isn't, Joe.
Thank you. Well, I'm still going to get him anyway.
Why on earth would you do that?
It was his first career hit. I was giving it back to the dugout.
It was an infield fly.
No, you said it wasn't.
It was a... Never mind, just end this game.
Hold up. How did he end up at third? Did he steal 2 bases when I wasn't looking? Are you actually this dumb? Like, I'm not even trying to be an ass. I'm genuinely asking. I'm not dumb. I'm an all-star. Watch me get my game on and get paid. Duba, 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 duba. Sports Central top 12. Damn it! See, we got nothing to worry about against these two, Barry.
We're down by 3 with 2 outs. I'm not worried because I've already accepted the outcome.
Boom. See ya!
No, that's going foul.
No way that stays fair.
And it's off the foul pole.
You hear that, Donald? It hit the foul pole, so it's a foul ball, idiot.
Nope, it's actually a home run, idiot. What? Why the hell is it called a foul pole then?
Interesting move here.
Phillies legend, Red Bull Romero. Here's Barry's favorite player on the team.
Never said that.
Joe just let it fall. Or not.
No, I did. It fell.
Yeah, but okay, yep, good work.
Should I go for the inside the Parker?
You do whatever you feel is right.
Nope, wrong answer. That would be the stupid thing to do. Oh, you better die for that, Joe.
No, do not die, Joe.
Game over! Whatever. Trash-ass team.
Trash-ass team? Donald, you blew it by giving up 4 runs.
No, our pitcher and that horrendous umpire blew this game. Pitcher couldn't throw strikes.
Oh, he threw strikes, all right? Right down the middle.
Yeah, see, even Ben agrees he sucked. Not to mention he couldn't even throw a pitch in time.
Donald, you were the one pitching. You were controlling him.
And I did my part. I threw strikes, and the umpire didn't call them, and our pitcher's attributes, or the lack thereof, screwed us over. So did Rob Manfred and his dumb clock.
Donald, I hate Rob Manfred as much as literally every baseball fan, but he ain't to blame for your loss.
Yeah, you're right. It's Barry's fault.
Okay, peeps. Oh, get it. Because it's Easter tomorrow and peeps like the candy. Yeah, happy Easter, everyone. Don't forget to leave a lick and sub-splooge. And if anyone wants to buy some sports cards from me, down in the description is a link to my Buy Sports Cards page where I list all my...
Joe, would you shut the hell up and wrap it up?
That Bibby Watt merch.
When are we going to the beach? Are you taking me to soccer? Am I finally getting a pony?
See what I can do. No matter what you're looking for, there's a sportage for that. Here, movement that inspires.
So this is going to be a decently complicated conversation, but we have some big updates on how the Montreal Canadiens may have just cucked the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hey, pull out that chair on the side of the hotel room. That's your spot today, Toronto, because today we are talking about Michael Hage out of the University of Michigan Wolverines in the NCAA. One of the best prospects in the National Hockey League today at 19 years of age. This season, Michael Hage has scored 51 points in 38 Wolverines college games. And he added on top of that 2 points per game for Team Canada at the World Juniors. 15 points, 7 games played. He was a right-hand man to Gavin McKenna. And Michael Hage, as a lanky two-way center with some very high productive goal scoring and point producing, this is a guy that Montreal Canadiens fans can and should be excited for. Long term, this guy could be the second-line center. Who knows? Michael Hage, however, was drafted by the Canadiens back in the 2024 NHL entry draft, 21st overall. And this is where we get into the cuckery of the entire situation here, because this is the order of 2024's draft. Michael Hage went 21st, Igor Sherwin went to Nashville at 22, Stian Soderberg went 23rd to Anaheim, followed by Utah, Boston, LA, Chicago, Calgary, Dallas, New York, and then you had the Toronto Maple Leafs selecting Ben Danford with their 31st overall pick. But here's the thing. What if I told you that if Toronto and Brad Treliving got what they wanted, Michael Hage would have been a Leaf? Let's take a look at the conversation posted out there by Keith Pelly, Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment President. Now, this press conference was an entire conversation in and of itself. Like, this is absolutely a thing that we can dive into. Not only praised the rebuild of the Montreal Canadiens, but he also mentioned Michael Hage by name. You don't see that every day from a historical and divisional rival. Yes, that is true. Keith Pelly straight up said that, yeah, that Michael Hage guy, he's pretty great. And the Montreal Canadiens, they've been doing a pretty great job in this entire rebuilding thing. Here's another tweet over here. Keith Pelly mentioned that Michael Hage is stirring up nines and halves discussion again, because how else would he know who Hage is? He also brought up Engstrom, Reinbacher, Fowler, and Slavkovsky. Keith Pelly, Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment President, seems to have a good grasp of Buffalo's prospect pool as well. What a puck knower. So, all of a sudden, Once the Maple Leafs fire their GM and MLSE's president goes out there in a press conference and speaks about the matter, we have ourselves some glazing of the Habs and in particular some of the prospects that they got. But just you wait, because it gets even crazier when you acknowledge this note too.
Our story is evolving. Once a grassroots effort, we grow stronger every day. Our mission, guided by the values of our common why, has stretched beyond business. This is more than tourism. This is a movement. Collectively, we continue to reframe perceptions, amplify Indigenous voices, and invite others to see, to connect, and to care for the diverse lands, waters, and skies. Indigenous Tourism BC proudly stands at the heart of these voices, partnering with Indigenous peoples, communities, and businesses to invite the world to experience the brilliance of our ancestors' teachings. Together, we're creating opportunities that honor Indigenous sovereignty and celebrate cultures on our terms, while building a thriving industry rooted in respect, prosperity, and well-being. We are creating something extraordinary, a future shaped by collaboration, guided by Indigenous peoples, and shared with the world. And as our evolution continues, we stay rooted in our beliefs. Everything is connected.
The Maple Leafs wanted to draft Michael Hage in 2024. They were slated to draft at 23rd overall, while Montreal was set to draft at 26th. Montreal jumped up to 21st overall to pick ahead of Toronto, and they nabbed Hage. The Leafs then traded down to 31st and picked up Ben Danford. Now, Marco D'Amico is, of course, the senior editor for RG. He does stuff for Star D'Amico, not to mention TSN 690, CBC Global, and CTV. Primarily, though, he's on BPM. Marco D'Amico is one of the more connected guys in the Montreal beat, so if he's going out there and saying that, yeah, the Montreal Canadiens, they leapfrogged the Toronto Maple Leafs in the draft that year just so they could take Michael Hage before Toronto ended up doing so, I'm going to go out there and believe it. Now, for reference, let's go over to that 2024 NHL entry draft and just see the picks, see the guys that were drafted, and see how everything worked themselves out. Toronto was indeed slated to draft in the 23rd overall spot, but they traded down to the Anaheim Ducks in order to get another second-round pick. Meanwhile, this 26th overall pick once belonged to the Montreal Canadiens. It was Winnipeg's first that was sent over to the Habs in the Sean Monahan trade. But then, the Canadiens acquired the 21st overall pick from the LA Kings in exchange for this 26th overall pick, as well as a second and a seventh. So the price to move from 26 to 21 was pretty steep, a second and a seventh, in order to move up 5 spots. But you were able to nab yourself Michael Hage, the guy that if you didn't make this trade, he probably would have been gone at this 23rd overall spot. Hage also grew up in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. He's an Ontario guy, even though it was heavily documented that his family were Habs fans and there's a lot to like there. Hage technically would have been at home if he went over to Toronto as well. And the fact that Keith Pelly is literally going out there and mentioning Hage specifically, like, yeah, this is a guy that is so good. And this is also a guy that 2 years ago we wanted to draft. it does put a smile on my face as a Montreal Canadiens fan, doesn't it? It probably does to you as well. Meanwhile, Michael Hage goes out there on Team Canada and he pretty much puts the entire nation on his back. Him and Gavin McKenna essentially were the top dogs for point production, and Zane Parekh on the back end. Lots to like out of these top guys. Lots to dislike, though, out of the attitude and the personality, you can say, that Team Canada brought to the World Juniors this season. It's one of these things where it's like, yeah, I'm kind of not surprised to see them lose out in the way that they did. But that's neither here nor there. One entire tournament's worth of a team performance is not going to reflect on one individual player that much. And for Michael Hage, by all accounts, it seems like this guy does have a pretty good attitude as a setter, a leader, a scorer. And the Montreal Canadiens are hoping that they can see that through with their own team in the future. So, with all that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Keith Pelly going out there and mentioning Michael Hage by name, praising the Montreal Canadiens rebuild during the press conference wherein he was speaking about firing Brad Treliving? What are your thoughts on Toronto wanting to have drafted Michael Hage back in 2024, only to get cut by the Canadiens as they leapfrogged them and went up 2 spots? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on. And bye.
Canadian milk, cream, and cultures. Just 3 simple ingredients.
Toyota takes you there. Don't miss out. Red Tag Days are on now at your local Toyota dealer.
Grass types are extremely bad at black and white too, with terrible type matchups versus almost every gym leader in the whole game, which is made even worse by the added coverage and challenge mode. This will make it extremely hard to play the game with hardcore Nuzlocke rules, where any Pokemon or Fate has to be boxed forever, and I'll only be allowed to catch one of each grass type in the game, of which there are unfortunately not very many. If I didn't make it obvious, this challenge will be extremely difficult. Not as difficult as the male main character being the most awkward looking in the series, and looks just like me, but that one I'll just have to live with. The early game is particularly dangerous, but we have to take on the existential threat of Roxy's poison types and birds bugs. First, we gotta take care of Cherry, so I start by picking up Snivy and head to Route 20, where we can pick up our second grass type of the run, Solato. Swarm would have been a lot better than Chlorophyll here, but at least I got a plus attack nature. As we start our first gym fight of the game versus Karen, it's probably best I explain Challenge Mode. In Black and White 2, Challenge Mode is extremely broken, and it doesn't work at all the way you'd expect. In normal mode, Sharon's team has 2 Pokemon and a level cap of 13. As you can see, the Challenge Mode team adds up the Duh, which thankfully doesn't have a flying type move, else we'd be good. You might also notice that the level cap is increased to 14, but for some reason in Challenge Mode, all the Pokemon you face still have their normal mode stats. Therefore, I'll be using the normal mode level caps to not give me a huge stat advantage. Even so, we still have to face extra Pokemon, improved movesets, and crazy held items. My first fight versus Sharon starts great. I get Patrat and then blow up a Stormberry with a Bug Bite. You'd think the extra healing would allow me to win this matchup, but it's not even close. A few tackles later, and I'm forced to switch, and this is where it all starts going downhill. This sighting is so slow, I don't even end up hitting Lillipup before it gets into the yellow and burns my Thornberry. From there, I'm able to knock Lillipup out, but we still gotta beat Hidda. I mentioned this Snivy's speed was bad, but its attack ID is literally 0, so we're barely doing anything with Tackle. We wouldn't even 4-hit KO this thing, giving it more than enough time to set up the workup, bringing attempt 1 to a swift end, and lead to the realization that I'm going to have to do a lot more planning for every fight in this game, including Sharon. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to plan every minute detail from the very start of the game. I start by picking up Snake 2, who with a neutral nature at least doesn't have minus speed. My second, Soladdle, on the other hand, from Route 20, is a lot better. Its IVs aren't great, but with a Jolly nature, we at least have some speed to work with. Aside from resetting to get better natures and IVs, you might not think to use 90 for the mandatory battles, that way we can max out basically as many attack and speed as we want on Ladybug. With the attack training, Ladybug 2 is just barely able to take out Patrat and Lillipup. Once again, with some disappointing speed IV, we're still slower than Hidda. Snivy itself barely performs better than last time, but because we didn't have to use it to take care of Lillipup, we managed to scrape 5 and 4 HP remaining to claim our first badge. Right after defeating the first gym, we get the TM full return, which is going to be our strongest move for a pretty long time. You probably noticed that there's persistence coming soon because we printed them for millions of small businesses over the past 25 years. We also print signs, stickers, shirts, and more. If you need it, we print it all at 20% off or give customers a discount.ca. The Chevy Equinox is more than the national view. It's cool that you look at mine, you're surprised for mine. And it's good. It's your Equinox with everything at one street. Chevrolet. Together, let's go. I gotta pick up the only new Pokemon we can get before Roxy Gym, which is Sunkern. From here, we basically exclusively want to train our Pokemon versus Patrats and Purloins to get as much attack and speed as possible. However, I want a fair amount of HP in there as well, so I make sure to switch train Sunkern versus Azurills. By switch training, I get these EVs on my other mons as well, which is going to be super helpful. I also do about an hour running back and forth to maximize happiness and thus the power of return. One final issue before Roxy is, of course, the gym trainers. Both of them have 2 poison types each, so it's kind of like taking on a mini Roxy. By just barely getting Servine to level 18, I'm able to take these guys out without leveling past the cap. To be able to do so, it's of course important that we're as high level as possible. I also make sure to utilize the Pecha Berries the game gives us to minimize damage. With the attack defeats we collected from leveling up and a high base damage of return, we actually deal a pretty respectable amount of damage. Even though we breeze through the gym trainers, Roxy is a completely different beast. With a Vanish Hawk on all of her Pokemon, she can deal some pretty serious damage to our grass type. I leave the fight with Sunkern, who really only has one job. He's got just enough HP to survive one non-crit Vanish Hawk, so I've got to make this turn count. While connecting with a grass missile here would be fantastic, I don't want to stay the success of this attempt on a 55% accurate move. Instead, Sapling shot us to set up a Leech Seed to improve the survivability of Snake. At this point in the game, we barely have any tools at our disposal, so I've got to set up my attack with growth. This means I'll get hit by a Vanish Assurance. Wait, what? Now Crit Veneton would have done a whopping 43% here, so I was really surprised to see Roxy throw the game and go for assurance twice in a row. Missing the KO range with my +1 return was kind of a blessing in disguise, since it wastes Roxy's only super potion, and I'm able to set up another 3 throws. After Leech Seed recovery, I needed all the way back to full health, so I decided to set up a third. Roxy finally starts going for Veneton, but because we're at full health, we're able to take another, so I'm able to set up the +4. This may have been a greedy play, risking this Veneton crit, but getting the +4 means we get a chance to one-shot all of with return. With our attack set up, I take out Coughing, which gets Snake to level 19. Grimer comes out next, but it was never really going to be an issue. All we need to do is hit that range, and we are good to go. Oh no, I should have just called it a +3 and had so much more help to take the next hit. I was so captivated by the overwhelming possibility of a one-shot, and now I've just gone and thrown it all away. Okay, World Beat Special Attack is atrocious, but stopping at +3 would have still been right, since I would have had way more health, not to mention if Poison Point would have activated against my first return, I would have just lost Servine and had to reset the run. A little sloppy, but we got there in the end. With our second badge in hand, we're still in pretty deep trouble. Up next is to take on a swarm of bugs, and at least there's only really one of them that's particularly dangerous. Another positive is it doesn't have a physical bug type, but Aerial Ace means we can't take a single hit for this thing without only damage. In Castelia City, we're technically able to pick up a couple of different encounters. First, there's Coffee, which we unfortunately can't evolve until we've beaten Bird. You can also find Eevee here, but because someone at Game Freak hates Leafeon, you can only evolve it during the post-game. While I can't get Whimsicott or Leafeon, Castelia at least offers me some leftovers. Going into the fight versus Bird, aside from evolving Leafeon, we don't have a ton of new tools aside from Leech Seed on Servine and Got Me, which basically does nothing. Bird Leech with Dwebble, and we basically just want to take this thing out while taking as little damage as possible, so I start by setting up Leech Seed. The worst thing Dwebble can do is go for Struggle Bug, which does so little, but Leech Seed recovery plus leftovers gets us all the way back to full HP. Struggle Bug does lower our special attack, so Mega Drain barely does anything. We don't really mind this though, since we want to take care of Dwebble with 1,000 tiny guns. Chipping it down into the red, make sure the bird uses its only super potion, and we can start setting up with growths. Of course, everything doesn't quite go to plan, and I get crit by Struggle Bug a couple of times. I'm able to do a bit of damage control with all my healing, but I'm unfortunately nowhere close to full HP as I take Dwebble out. Leveling up gets me a tiny amount of HP back, and as I take out Carablast, I get a bit of HP from leftovers. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite get me out of Aerial Ace crit range like I would be at full HP. At full HP, I could have even played extra risky and tried to dodge 2 crits. +6 return, unfortunately, never does enough to take me out. With no chance of surviving another hit, I've got to swap out. At this range, either Struggle Bug or Aerial Ace can take me out, but I can't risk swapping in my only Bandy in case it's Aerial Ace. It's pretty frustrating that it ends up being Struggle Bug as I send in Cotton, who gets to use a single priority poison powder with Prankster before going down to Aerial Ace. I was kind of excited to use Whimsicott, but you can't have it all. With a free switch in, Ladybug 2 is poised to take out Vanny with her dull nature and all those Pearl. Bird still has one final Pokemon in Shellman, which we easily knocked out with a couple of returns. I suppose we made it through early game hell, but with only 2 Pokemon to show for it.
There's more to life than finding the perfect car. But finding the perfect car can help you get more in life. Whatever you want, wherever you're going. Start with Auto Trader, and it's car life.
At least Fluffy had just about the worst possible nature it could, so the loss isn't bad in the kitchen. So Steve, whoa man, are you trying to say subscribe? Because you don't have to. Everybody watching this video is subscribed, and if they weren't, that'd be super weird. We next have to prepare for our 4th gym challenge versus Elisa, so I first head to the Lost Forest. Here we can tediously check rustling grass until we find a Pansy. Now listen, I'm a huge Gen 5 Monkey Trio hater, so it brings me no joy to announce that this is genuinely one of the best Pokemon we can catch throughout the entire run. It's depressing, but it's true. We can even find the Leaf Stone we need to evolve it to the exact same location. Now deciding whether or not we should evolve this thing immediately is kind of a tricky choice. On the one hand, evolving it don't get any beauty level of boost whatsoever. Maybe we miss out on Crunch, which is extremely useful coverage for the late game. On the other hand, City Sage is the only Pokemon we can get that can learn Rock Tomb and Dig, and while Crunch would be excellent for the late game, we're kind of screwed versus Elisa without access to Rock Tomb. With Grass resisting Electric, we think Elisa should be easy, but she's got Stab Aerial Ace on Volga, Stab X-Scissor on Joltik, and even super effective Flame Charge on our strongest Pokemon. So yes, we're holding the monkey. We can also head to Desert Resort to pick up everyone's favorite grass-type Pokemon, Maractus. There's enough people in the world that this thing's gotta be someone's favorite Pokemon, so let me know, Maractus lovers. I guess. I totally did forget this thing existed. Going into the fight versus my April Nemesis Elisa, we've at least got 4 Pokemon, which is more than we've ever had before. And to defeat our lead Volga, we've got to employ one of the many risky plans to come. First of all, Gen 5 Rock Tomb is only 80% accurate, so I might as well go play the lottery and expect the jackpot. Secondly, Monkey's so frail that we've got to dodge an Aerial Ace Spiral Crit. Both Rock Tombs thankfully connect, and I managed to do enough damage to take out Volga even after a Citrus Berry. Joltik comes out next, which I unfortunately don't have a consistent way of taking out in one hit using Monkey, so I swap out into Ladybug 2, who gets paralyzed on the switch. I know I can survive one crit X-Scissor, so I stay in to go for a turn, but get fully paralyzed. Okay, that's not ideal. I guess we have to risk a crit versus the next one, and then get as much damage as we can with return. In hindsight, I very much regret not giving Ladybug a Cherry Berry there, which could have avoided the entire situation. Instead, Snake is forced to eat an unnecessary X-Scissor before taking Joltik out with another return. This brings out the final big threat to Zebstrika. The good news is, Flame Charge is neither stab or particularly powerful. Zebstrika also loves to go for Pursuit, which basically gives me a free turn to go for Leaf Seed, which I unfortunately win. This is pretty bad, since without the Leaf Seed recovery, I'm in crit range post-Pursuit. Snake thankfully manages to survive the hits and successfully spread its seed. Still very much in crit range, we've got to swap out into Prickle, who beats a Stomp on the switch. In a way, Stomp is more dangerous than Flame Charge here, since it can cause us to flinch. And getting flinched is actually super frustrating, since it puts me in crit range of this Flame Charge, which I thankfully managed to avoid. After this, we'll be halfway through the Sim challenge, and we're still severely struggling to get by. It feels like every other hit I'm risking a crit, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can at least get myself out of crit range with a Giga Drain, which frustratingly leaves Zebstrika, who must be like 1 HP. Even more annoyingly, a Citrus Berry takes it out of range of being knocked out by Leaf Seed. This triggers Elisa's Hyper Potions, and another Giga Drain at least takes Zebstrika below half. I get stepped on again, but at full HP, it doesn't actually matter if we get flinched. Another Giga Drain takes out the Seabro, which just leaves Elisa with her Flat Leaf. Finally, a Pokemon that doesn't have a super effective move against grass types, but even it puts up some resistance by paralyzing me with Thunder Wave, which subsequently gets 2 full pairs in a row. This gets me way too close to losing Maractus, which pulls itself together at the very last second to take out Flappy with a Giga Drain. One more full para, and I would have had to sack something, so we just narrowly get our 4-2. That's deathless. After that disastrous fight, our grass types finally catch a bit of a break versus Flame. This is pretty ironic, since Flame's usually one of the hardest gym leaders in all of Black and White too. However, anyone who still believes that dated nonsense clearly haven't joined the Maractus meta. Critical hits, Maractus just swats it off by healing it all with Giga Drain. All of Blake's first 3 Pokemon get absolutely farm praise. Heck, I even have full when he sends out Excadrill. His first Rock Slide does a ton of damage, and thankfully doesn't flinch me, so I'm able to do a bit back with Giga Drain. With my luck, however, his second one, of course, gets the flinch, so I don't get any HP back from Giga Drain, and I'm forced to swap to Monkey, who easily picks up the KO with Dig. And while our 5th badge was extremely easy to acquire, the rest of the run is unfortunately uphill. With our worst gym matchup of the entire game coming up, we can at least think of a few new encounters, starting with Theorem. The good news is we can evolve her right away. The bad news is she doesn't really help us versus Skylar. We next make our way through Charstone Cave, where we can pick up possibly one of the best grass types ever made, Pharisee. The good news is this thing only takes neutral damage from flying, which is huge. The bad news is it evolves at level 40, which is 1 level past Skylar's level 10. And it's got a terrible minus special defense nature, with the upside of some useless speed. We can at least pick up another great defensive Pokemon on Route 7 in the form of Lucas. And unlike Pharisee, we're at least able to fully evolve our starter. Spring is here. Lucas down. Get a $60 Kumo and a spring rebate when you buy 4 qualifying Kumo tires. Drive ahead. Kumo tires.
The biopsy to capillary helps in the reduction of cost and is able to connect my system properly. It's robust and it's
This is the moment I've been dreading since the very start of the run. The one thing we have going for us is a full team of 6 for the very first time. Obviously, every single lunch challenge Pokemon is a nightmare to deal with, but we've got one great tool from the Sculpin Cave in Rockslide. It's at least got a better accuracy at 90%, but we're still gambling. Monkey's been trained just enough versus Purloin's to outspeed this Swoobat, and just enough versus Patrats to get the 1-hit KO. But even with a free 1-hit KO right off the bat, we're still in deep trouble. Starmie comes out second, so I start by making the switch to Snake as the Starmie sets up its speed with agility. This Diablo will outcome since Aerial Ace never gets the KO, and I'm able to set up my lead seed. On Aerial Ace, I'm switch instead of agility, would mean I'd have to risk it crits, but this way we get to set up our lead seed safely and swap out in the bargain. Aerial Ace does a decent amount of swap in, but ironically, Iron Barge plus Rocky Helmet and the lead seed damage at the end of the turn doesn't even hold. Parasite basically doesn't have any attacking moves to hit Starmie with, so I'm just sitting around boosting with Iron Defense and letting Starmie take care of himself. This strategy works extremely effectively, but Elisa's next two flying types are both special attackers. This means we won't be able to use our Iron Barge Rocky Helmet combo, and that minus special defense nature isn't exactly doing us any favors. So let's go over the terrible plan, because we're going to be losing Pokemon no matter how we do this. Step 1. Have Monkey survive an air slash. This should be possible every time as long as it doesn't get a crit. Step 2. Actually connect with Rock Slide, check. Completing these 2 steps should mean we've successfully taken down Swan. From here, things get a lot dumber. Because Monkey's at 17 HP, this is random move. We're looking to swap out here, and with any luck whatsoever, this is Psychic or Flash damage. If it isn't one of those, and we end up swapping Gambler Girl into an air cutter, we better pray it doesn't crit. It's okay, of course, as long as it doesn't crit, we're fine. Okay, that was pretty unlucky, but it was a high crit ratio move, and we've been risking a lot of crits this run, so it was bound to happen at some point. Sigilant is a waffle here to Swoobat or Swan, so the whole point of sending an Amber Girl was to get some chip damage with return before skill moving out the fall. So by getting crits, I now need to get that damage with a Snake, risking another crit. Snake doesn't actually go down, and now I need to make a tough decision. To get a free switch to Monkey, somebody's gotta go. Barney's completely out of the question. I think Snake is too valuable to let go. It obviously can't be Monkey's apples, since I'm doing it to keep Maractus around. Now, I'm actually not doing this to me, but I genuinely don't think I can get through the late game without Maractus. Like, there's a particular part of the game that I don't think I can get through without Maractus in specific. It is a bit of a catch-22, though, since it's going to be much harder to get to the late game without Illusion. As for the end of the fight, my sacrifice actually ends up being worth it, and I finish off Sigilant with a 90% accurate rock slide. Every time it hits 100% of the time. I really hope I made the right choice here. After Oxford Lucas, it's at least some consolation that we finally evolved Marathon. So remember how I told you earlier that Monkey was going to be one of the most important encounters in the run? Well, if you're not sold so far, Monkey basically completely solos the rival. With his unique access to acrobatics on the team, he can one-shot Emboar with the use of a flying jet. With Rock Slide Front Pheasant and Sea Bumper City Board, we can get through this fight without even thinking about it. And at this point in the game, we really need all the 3 Ws. Yeah, the very next route is 13, where we can actually pick up another encounter in Tangela. This thing offers us a lot of the utility of Lucas to give us, just unfortunately without the extra poison side. We even get another encounter on the subsequent route as well. Rosary actually gives us that poison type, albeit on a much more offensive Pokemon, but it's still a great pickup. We also have a brief encounter with Horizon. Sorry, buddy, it's no less. So behind the screen, one general. The Savage Gym Leader is the Dragon Master's Great, and what we really want to watch out for here is his Fire Blasting home area. I'm expecting his Brotagon to go for Crunch, which at least gives me 1 turn to set up a Leech Seed. Crunch is by far his most damaging move, so I was really confused to see the resistant Revenge. It of course does barely any damage at all, so I just stay in and go for Toxic Spikes the following turn, as Brotagon revenges me again. Obviously, neither Altaria or Flygon will get hit by the Toxic Spikes, so they're only set up for Haxorus. I want to get as much damage over time on Brotagon as possible, so I go for a Toxic to get it poisoned before Crunch finally takes me down into red. In Gen 5, Steel actually resists Dark, so the Crunch barely does any damage to Marathon at all, which means Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet, Leech Seed, and Poison deal way more damage to Brotagon than it gets back from its Citrus Berry. This upcoming turn, Brotagon should just barely survive Leech Seed and Poison damage, so I use it to swap out into Snake 2, who takes a Rock Slide on the switch, but we get a lot of that HP back from Leech Seed. The low health, of course, causes Kraden to go for a Hydro Potion, giving us a free turn to set up our attack with Growth. And at +1, a Dragon Pulse is enough to take Brotagon out after Leech Seed and Poison damage.
This perfectly brings in Dragon's biggest threat, Altaria, with Snake at nearly full HP. At this amount of health, we wouldn't even fall to a crit Fire Blast, although getting burned as well could do it. Dragon doesn't even attempt it though, and just foolishly sets up its physical defense with the Cotton Guard before being taken out by a second Dragon Bolt. At nearly full health, I feel pretty comfortable staying in a lead seating with Axorus, especially since it's likely going to go for Dragon Tail to get them active. Rotary gets swapped in, which I definitely can't stay in with, so I swap out into Barbie to get as much damage as possible. Between Iron Barb, Rocky Helmet, Lead Seed, and Poison, we're about to deal a ton of damage by just taking a hit. But one thing we really don't want to see here is Axorus setting up with Dragon Dance, so we want to take it out as urgently as possible. In case it's set up, we wouldn't get that juicy Rocky Helmet Iron Barb damage, so I made sure to go for Iron Head to finish the job. Finally, this leads us to deal with Flygon, so I swap out into Noodles, the Earth Power. This is just about the worst thing Flygon could do to Tangrowth, so I put it to sleep and take it out with a few big grains. That said, that is down, one to go. The idea of Team Plasma turning the world into ice isn't a jolly prospect for the average grass type employer. You might think Zinzolin being an ice type trainer would be a problem for us, but ice is literally the worst type in the game. Monkey outspeeds both of his snowflakes, which have terrible defense, so I can just take them out with a superpower. His Weavile would be a problem if we didn't have Parathorn, which basically completely walls it and knocks it out with a single Iron Head. But we'll take down the actually dangerous Team Plasma bosses we've got to fight on. Ironically, despite this being the last hit here, it's by far the easiest fight in the entire game for us. Grass keeps water. It's not exactly rocket science. Our next opponent is Colress, which can be a really difficult fight depending on the challenge. In this case, he kind of just gets completely stonewalled by Barbie. Did I say Marlin was the easiest fight? Because Colress kind of sounds like a cereal Parathorn would eat for breakfast. But the final Team Plasma Showdown definitely isn't an easy fight for us. Ghetsis has a pretty serious team, and on top of that, we first need to take care of Black Hero. These two fights are back-to-back, so we're forced to lead the fights with the same Pokemon. I really only have two options here, which are Parathorn and Snake, but I decided to go with Superior in the end, since I can take out Kieran with a Dragon Gem boosted Dragon Pulse. Ghetsis has some pretty serious threats, with Flamethrower on Electros, a Pokemon that doesn't have any weaknesses. There's also Toxicroak and Raytheon with Stab, voice type. Aside from the champion, it's the only full 6-on-6 battle in the entire game. Thankfully, he starts out with what's definitely his weakest Pokemon. His Rodriguez only has Type 2 Shadow Ball to attack, and it aims to whittle you down with Toxic attack. Expecting an immediate Toxic, I can get a free switch to Roserade. From here, I'm safe to set up Leech Seed since I'm never dead to Prince Psychic. I next go for a Grass Gem boosted Giga Drain, hoping to take down Rodriguez out, but I just barely fall short. However, by getting so much HP back from Giga Drain, I'm still not a range to Prince Psychic. Leech Seed isn't quite able to take Rodriguez out either because of its Sweat Phase recovery, but this gives me an idea. First, I want to make sure Roserade gets most of its health back, so I go for a Giga Drain and gets its skills up to full. Next, I swap out into Ladybug to take the income. Sidekick. It barely does any damage at all, especially considering all the HP to get back to Leech Seed. That Shadow Ball will do a bit more than Psychic, but it's time to take some risks and set up Swords Dance. The reason it's worth taking a risk is because surviving this Shadow Ball makes my life so much easier. Ladybug is of course quad weak to Flamethrower, so Electros is coming in next. Normally, this would be game over for Ladybug, but at +2 attack, we simply outspeed and take it out with a lead plate before it gets hit in us. Cybertoad is about as terrible a choice as Ghetsis can take here. It's technically the next Pokemon in Team Order that has a super effective move, but for us, this just means we get to chain kill. Raytheon is next, which we have no chance of one-shotting, so I'm forced to switch. I send out Barbie, who comfortably takes a resistant Night Slash, dealing a bit of damage back with Iron Hard, but this time we're equipped leftovers to get a bit of HP back. Raytheon tries to get around to Iron Barb to the first wave, but we just knock it out with a couple of bulldozers. A critical hit Brick Break on Barbie would immediately have to run, so I swap out into Noodles to eat the hits. I then swap to Barbie for immunity from the incoming poison jab to once again bait Brick Break. We are constantly losing health that we can't get back with Noodles, but every Brick Break does a little bit of chip damage with Rocky Helmet. As long as Tangrowth stays out of crit range, this should be completely fine. You should always be careful what you wish for though, since it stops both of sports gets attack crit, but will have possible turn unable to take it. This puts Tangrowth in random move range, so Barbie gets hit by a Shadow Ball and switch. No longer able to switch to Noodles, I send in Roserade to take the incoming Brick Break. Toxicroak then tries to Sucker Punch as I set up Leech Seed. I would be able to take Poison Jab here, but I might as well not take any damage whatsoever and send in Barbie for the immunity. Now that I know it won't ever go for Poison Jab, I swap in Snake too, since I want it in for the final I drive it. Snake takes the Brick Break on the switch, and Toxicroak goes down to one more turn of HC. Setting up HC versus my dragon is a bit risky, since if we get crit, it's over for Snake. However, because I have 7 Pokemon in total, with 1 waiting in the box, it would be the end of the world. I probably should have just swapped to Barbie up immediately to avoid any chance of Snake going down. I'm not sure why I thought I did Lead Seed in this situation, since Barbie is extremely bulky and resists literally every single move I dragon has. At the very end of a battle like this, when you're already steering, it's pretty easy to make suboptimal plays. I'd actually say that I haven't played this one close to optimally, but we've at least made it past Gexus, which means we only have one big challenge remaining. More than Roxy Berg or even Skyla, I've been fretting the Elite Four. The entire run, I've known that if I should ever make it to the Elite Four, I need to find a clever way to beat Sean Tall, or I'm simply gonna get swept by Choice Scarf Chandelure. With that Choice Scarf, it outspeeds every single one of my Pokemon, and Fire Blast is more than enough to knock anything out. I don't get access to Protect, past Sleep Andy, which learns it to level up, so I can't exactly stall it out moves either. If I'm not careful, this attempt is about to come to a violent end. It would be incredibly unwise to take on Chantel first, since I'm at very high risk to lose a lot of Pokemon. So I start with what I figure is my best matchup versus Grimmswing. The challenge for the Elite Four is pretty crazy. This League Life card has Unburden and a normal gem to boost Fake Out and immediately double its speed. On top of that, I even get Crit, which thankfully doesn't put me below the range where I can survive a critical hit Night Slap. Having spread his seed even further and wider, it's time for Snake to retire and swap to Barbie. The plan here is ridiculously simple, but incredibly tedious. The fact that my Ferrothorn is male means it can get hit by a dragon. On average, this means that I'll only get to move every other turn. This, of course, is super infuriating, since I'm trying to set up as many verses as possible. Between Lead Seed and Iron Barge, we're whittling down Life Arch fairly quickly, and I'm basically just trying to get as many first boosts as I can along the way. It helps that Grimsley uses a full restore, and I managed to get myself to +3 with Curse before Life Arch goes down. All of Grimsley's Pokemon are physical, but even with all these defense boosts, we're not quite out of the water yet. The one big risk we're taking versus Grimsley is Scrappy's Quick Ray. However, we're just going to have to live by the famous last words: as long as we don't get crit, we're fine. Between Giga Drain and leftovers, I managed to get myself back to full HP, and as Scrappy fails to get a crit with a second Quick Ray, I knock it out with a Power Whip. Crocodile comes out next, lowering our attack with Intimidate from +3 to +2, but being in twice our original attack still makes us more than powerful enough to one-shot Crocodile. Absol could have been a threat if it had something like Super Powerful, without any super effective moves. It poses 0 threat whatsoever, and we just knock it out with a +2 Iron Man. His last Pokemon is Mishra, which shares Absol's problem of not really having a straight move to hit Barbie with. And sure, we only have resistant moves to fight back with, but this is a matchup we just can't lose. That's one Elite Four member down, 3 to go. I take on Marshall next, since just like Grimsley, he's got a very unusable lead. Having gotten this far, I'm basically willing to do anything to get to the end of this run, including the most degenerate strategies possible. I start by getting Crow seated as it lowers my speed with Rock Tomb. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to avoid getting my speed lowered here, so setting up a coil to get my attack and defense boosted kind of serves as a curse, since I'm getting my speed lowered every turn by either Bulldoze or Rock Tomb. Once Throw has lowered my speed to the point where it's faster, it starts going for Storm Throw instead for the guaranteed critical hits. This only does about 35%, and it's not like you get a double critical hit, so I'm in full control of what happens. I can only stay one step ahead with Synthesis and heal back more HP than I'm taking the Storm Throw. From there, I make sure to coil up to +6, and then get back to full HP with Synthesis before I knock out Throw and Leap Way. This brings out the N-Shot, which is a little bit scary since it has super effective bounce. Healing them slower, I make sure to Synthesis up to full HP to turn its springs up. Without a critical hit, it barely does any damage whatsoever, and I don't even end up paralyzed. Definitely the optimal outcome, just not for the N-Shot. It's amazing to see Conkeldurr being faster than Superior, but it just sets up a Volt Up, which actually stops me from taking it out with Leap Way. I still do enough to cause Marshall to heal with a full restore, giving me up 3 turns to attack with a second Leap Way. Marshall then just disappointingly whips a +1 best boosted Hammer Arm, so I knock him out with another Leap Way. Second to last is Lucario.